believe it or not, I've actually been here since like 8 o'clock. Being like, oh, I gotta be a good DM. No. I gotta impress these guys.
hit refresh. It says 3 minutes there, Hart. I think we're just starting.
Wait, where's refresh? Oh, refresh?
Yeah, refresh.
So how is everyone doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. Really, really happy you guys spend your Saturday night hanging out with me, of all people.
Right? It's all good.
So this is a lot of fun. I guess before we get started proper and go around the room, as is tradition in a D&D game, I want to take the opportunity here to thank Baltimore Comic-Con for letting me be a part of this and run this game for you all tonight. And especially I want to thank my good pal Sal Crivelli of Comic Pop, who recommended me for this. Actually, I've only been doing my own D&D stream, Capes and Quests, basically since the pandemic started. So he's like, "Hey Joel, you want to do this? No pressure or anything." So I was really real thankful for that. Sal's done a lot of good work behind the scenes and everything, and just wanted to make sure he got some credit here and now. So yes, tonight everyone, we will be playing a game of D&D. I am Joel Daly. I will be your dungeon master tonight. Some of you probably know me better as Cape Joel, or if you know my D&D work at all, you probably know it from the show Capes and Quests. And oh man, I just have a killer's row of writers and creatives here tonight I get to play with, and I am so super jazzed. I guess do we want to maybe go around in a circle a little bit here, and you can introduce yourself, say where people might know you from, and also tell us what kind of character you're going to be playing tonight for this game.
Well, I'm going to go first.
Sure. Sure, ladies first.
Ladies first. My name is Cecil Castellucci. I'm finishing up Batgirl. Batgirl number 50 comes out on Wednesday. And I also did Shade the Changing Girl and Female Furies and The Plain Janes and Soupy Leaves Home and a bunch of other things. And I will be playing a haunted past bard. So we'll see what happens with that.
Nice.
Love it.
Awesome. Tom, go for it.
I'm Tom Akel. I'm the publisher of Rocket Ship Entertainment. I have a long and notorious background at Comedy Central and MTV and Webtoon. Before starting my own company, I am playing a human ranger with a criminal spy haunted past background as well, named Agnes. Yes. And I will probably speak in my my dead grandmother's voice as the voice of Agnes the Ranger throughout the campaign.
Awesome.
Love it.
Troy?
I'm Troy Little, comic writer, artist. Pegasus Press is our little imprint. I worked on this Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons comic as the artist with this guy over here, little wordsmith guy. And we just lost a Ringo tonight, so we're pumped. We're drinking hard. I got the bottle I'm ready to go. I've been drinking since 6 a.m. I'll be playing Gavin Girth. This is Gavin Girth. He is a dwarf barbarian who holds my dice.
That's awesome. So good. I'm Jim Zub. I'm the writer of the Ringo losing Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons with this guy right here. It's so good. So good. We had an absolute blast on that series together. I read the official Dungeons and Dragons comic. I've been doing that since 5th edition launched back in 2014. And I write Conan the Barbarian monthly for Marvel. And every time I say that, I get a big smile on my face because two of my absolute favorite things. All kinds of other fantasy sword and sorcery stuff. D&D is kind of my jam. Tonight, I'm playing I'm the one who's sopping up the blood. I'm the cleric. So I'm a dragon-born cleric named Clive the Caring. So he'll be obnoxiously kind to you all.
Yeah, I didn't put. I entered my name down into my thing. I'm Dulaine Smalls.
Oh, that's a smart idea. I should have done that as well.
Yeah, I should probably put Dungeon Master on my thing too, just so I can feel good about myself and pretend that I really am a Dungeon Master here with all these awesome people, many of whom have actually written official Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and yet I am here having to tell a story to you.
No pressure. It's all good. Dive right in.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure at all. I mean, if everything goes too bad, I can just drop a bunch of meteorites on you all and end the game early.
Perfect.
That's what's always good about it.
All righty then. So we can begin then?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
this is an
We're rolling
adventure.
our own stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
We'll
yes,
see what we got. Wonderful.
So this is an adventure of my own creation called The Chains of Walder, and you will know why in a moment. As your adventure begins, you find yourself in the back of a creaky prison cart with your heads covered by burlap sacks. Your hands and leg shackles jingle and jangle as the cart bumps up and down along craggy, narrow roads leading to the keep of the Baroness Walder, a cruel aristocrat who has made mountains of gold selling weapons of death to the highest bidder. You feel you'll probably reach the keep in about a few moments. Is there anything you want to do on the way there?
So we got bags over our heads.
Oh yeah, they're really black bagging you on this one here. Legs and feet shackled and bags over your head. They do not want you to see where you're going.
But my mouth is not bound. Therefore, I am singing a mournful tune.
A mournful tune. That's good.
A mournful tune because I fear what is in the future, but it comforts me because I'm so dark inside.
That's good. So I'm sort of, even though I can't see anything, my head's sort of darting around this, a dragonborn with this bag over his head. And he's like, there may have been a miscommunication here, a slight miscommunication. I don't quite know why I'm here. Anyone know why we're here?
I sign up for this every Saturday night. So
people pay good gold for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped 50 gold on this.
One of the cart drivers who are in front of you right now pipes out, "Oh, quiet down there, you lot. There'll be no mournful tunes, and there'll be no colourful, interesting discussions of what brought you here or not."
I sing more quietly, but I'll continue to sing.
That's better.
I hum along, kind of a nice little harmony that kind of underlies the bass
Do
line.
any of you feel like praying? Praying, maybe, perhaps.
This is my form of praying.
Oh, okay.
The Church of Song.
All right, so you carry on like this, praying and singing and making wry observations about what brought you to this situation. Perhaps you think about whether you're guilty and deserve to be here or not. Eventually, you do manage to reach the keep, and you 4 unlucky people are marched in line up a long, winding staircase to basically the dungeon tower of the keep. And one by one, you have your burlap sacks removed, and you are kicked inside musty stone cells. Man, that's a tongue twister of a word.
And I'm like,
I would like my sack back.
Pay good money for that sack.
That's right.
I mean, no one's ever asked for the sack back before. I guess you couldn't use it to escape. You know what? I'm feeling in a good mood today. You can have it.
Sweet. Thank you very much. I put it back.
Looking around. So there's a dwarf. See, so what?
Oh, I'm a half elf.
Okay, so you're half elf. You got a human.
I'm enjoying the stonework immensely.
Nice. You're inspecting the stonework.
I'm checking out the crevices. I'm getting a good feel for it.
Nice. So do you know why we're here?
Well, it could be a number one.
I'm guilty for
The rest of you are not here voluntarily? What's the room?
Well, I always knew that my past would catch up with me at some point. So it's just a matter of which thing from my past it is that has brought me here to this moment.
That's so mysterious.
Dark and haunted.
It's kind of nervously looking around.
Wait.
I said all my proper prayers, and I had at least two vegetables yesterday and some fruit. I don't know what I could have done wrong at all, actually. I did morning prayer, and I did noon prayer, and I did evening prayer.
What's the room look like? Are there bars on anything?
Yes, they are your typical medieval dungeon cells. With bars in front of them and a lot of stone around you. And you're all in individual cells right now, kind of facing each other. So what is it? Dulaine and Gavin, you're on one side. Jim and Tom, you're on the other. So you can see and talk to each other. But yeah, you're all in different.
Okay. So there's bars?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have enough citrus.
It's always something, my friend. It's always something.
Are there guards?
Yeah, there's a couple guys by the doorway, by the stairs that you came up, but by and large, and yes, you're in a very tall tower, I should say, that you went up quite a few flights of spiral stairs, so you were up very high right now.
Does somebody have their eyes on us, or are they just kind of like...
They're just kind of, shooting the shit right now, talking to each other. They don't seem all that interested in you.
Oh, like, what's the distance? Like, what can I get away with here?
They're about 4 or 5 feet in the thing. You're at the far end of the cells.
Do I recognize it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
I have one more question.
Sure.
If I pissed on the burlap and wrapped it around the bars and started twisting it to bend them, because my urine will hold the burlap together, which is why I saved it, will they notice me doing that?
I mean, you are more than welcome to try, sir. You go for it. Do you want to roll? Should you roll a stealth and should you roll a strength? Okay, roll a stealth, and then if that works, you can roll a strength and see if your burlap trick works.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as he's peeing,
all part of the fun.
As he's peeing, I sing a little louder because now I'm seeing my chance to maybe make a move and not be resigned to my fate. So I muster up a singing.
What's your character's name, Tom?
Agnes.
Agnes. Because Agnes, are you a human or what are you?
Yeah,
I'm a human.
Oh yeah, okay. And so I sing a familiar human song that I know, and so that it covers the sound of pee. Wow. And I start to look around.
I'll sing along with you.
Yeah, I start to look around because now I want to see if I can tell if anyone's weak in any way. Any of the guards.
Oh, weak. Okay.
At this point with the singing, one of the guards is like, "Oh, they're already singing, man. They've crept under the pressure already, and they ain't been here longer than 15 minutes."
I'm looking at the stonework just to get a good sense of really how it's constructed. What kind of is it? Limestone? What kind of?
What am I rolling?
Working with
it's an excellent question, and because you are a dwarf, Gavin, that the cells you're in right now are constructed of the finest top shelf granite. No expense was spared on this, although you will notice when you are examining the stonework, there is some graffiti in your cell, probably left over from a previous inmate. It looks like they had some very choice words for the Baroness, but they went through a bunch of different revisions. First off, it was the Baroness sucks, then the Baroness stinks, then the Baroness blows, and they've just crossed out each one. It looks like they couldn't decide what graffiti they wanted to go with.
What was it written with? Blood or?
It's written with something. You're not exactly sure. It's a crusty
I'm not going to lick the words that are written on the walls just to be on the safe side.
There you go.
Nice. So if Tom's making
I have to roll something.
Roll me a stealth check. Why don't you?
Don't roll yet. I'm gonna cast
+5
guidance.
on myself.
I'm gonna cast guidance to enhance that roll by 1d4.
Cool.
So I'll basically be like, although I do not know you, sure, whatever you're doing is perfectly after he's peeing, which is the best part. I'm sure whatever you're doing is perfectly reasonable. So Aminator will bless you in your way. So you can add 3 to that roll.
Oh, you roll 3. Okay. So 3, I have a +5 to stealth, so it's +8.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I rolled an 11, so 19.
You pee so quietly and so stealthily. You perhaps pee more quietly than any person has ever peed before in the history of the world, and you have now gained 1 urine-soaked burlap sack.
Years of practice. All right. What am I rolling next?
Okay, roll a strength to see.
I have plus nothing to strength. Here we go. Uh-oh.
That probably should have been the one I gave you guidance on. But, instead, I enhanced your urination.
I have to roll my points in dexterity and charisma.
Which I'm sure.
18.
All right.
So you go to town on these bars with your urine-soaked sack, which are words I never thought I would say. But
I still don't understand the urine part of this. Why did you have to?
It stops the burlap from ripping and keeps it strong.
Well, I've learned something today. I don't know about the rest of you, but
I expect to see that in the next IDW volume.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Can I ask a question? Are we each in individual cells, or are we all in a cell together?
You're all in individual cells. You can see each other. You're all kind of across from each other.
I will share my urine-soaked burlap with all of you. Don't worry.
Okay. And I have another question. I'm thinking about this Baroness's name, and I have so many blackouts in my past. I'm wondering if it rings any bells to me.
Yeah, she's a fairly well-known character in these parts of the world. Not exactly liked, as I mentioned before. She made her money in weapons, basically. You know, she sells high-quality weapons to the highest bidder, and because of that, she's kind of been able to buy her way into the autocracy. And yeah, not loved by a lot of people. Has a lot of enemies.
All right then.
All right. So yeah, you go to town on those bars with your urine-soaked burlap, and you manage to warp them just a little bit. You manage to put a dent in them, but the longer you do it, you realize that these bars are brand new, of the highest quality iron imaginable, and you figure, yeah, that a woman who makes her money doing, you know, super weapons for everyone probably doesn't skimp when it comes to the metal in her prison.
Maybe we can get help.
That's right.
Have you tried that yet? So yeah, you're just kind of hanging out there now. You do that kills a couple hours. Your singing gambit and your bar gambit, and yeah, eventually the sun begins to set. And do you settle into bed for the night?
I hang my burlap sack over a rail so it can dry out, and I can use it for a pillow.
So I'm nervous as all get out because I don't understand why I'm here. So I'm basically just praying and endlessly muttering to myself this list of grievances of things I may have done, but they're all really tiny things, like forgot to pass the sugar kind of stuff. Like, just does not understand how he could possibly have been imprisoned or for what reason. So.
Well, Clive, here's interesting. As you particularly in the cell you're in, as you are ready to go down.
Don't say urine.
I know. I caught it too quick. I'm like, man,
you are in.
Yeah. You are in.
Yes.
As you're ready to bed down for the night, you realize something off into the corner of what you imagine would be the sleeping area of the cell. You see a big pile of colorful rags in a very strange shape, and no one else's cell has this. This is just yours.
Oh, I guess they thought I would need some bedding. How kind. I guess I'll have to share it with the others. So I'll go over and I'll have a look in just the most naive friggin' way.
Okay, so you go over to the pile, and the closer you get to the pile, the more human-shaped it becomes, and that is because this is not a pile of rags. These colorful rags belong to a jester who is not moving anymore, who is ramrod stiff. And,
is he dead?
Oh, yes, he is very much dead, and yeah. But it gets a little bit more than that. You have to wonder, well, how could someone like this die in a cell like this? And your eyes are quickly drawn to his neck region, where you see he has what looks to be an iron chain around his neck that seems to have basically crushed his throat. But it's strange. He clearly didn't do it to himself, but that this is definitely the thing that killed him. It looks like he's wearing a very tight necklace that popped his head like a grape.
Well, that's awful. I just I'll sort of take one little part of the colorful scraps and just sort of put it over his head so that he's kind of doesn't have his eyes staring out grossly with his tongue hanging out. And I just sort of pat on top and kind of, there, sir. I'm sure wherever you are now, Almanatter will take care of you and bless your journey to the light and the law and kind places beyond our prime material plane. And whatever happens next, I'm sure you will get exactly what you deserve, but not this.
Yeah, I assume all of our weapons and tools have been taken from us.
Oh yes, they classic prison rules. They took everything from you when you were brought.
Just checking. Yeah.
So I'll just sort of kind of give him a small blessing and slowly back away from that part of the cell.
Yeah.
And just be like, do any of you have corpses in your rooms? Just curious.
Do we?
Corpses?
Yeah, I check my bed.
Besides the graffiti, everyone else's rooms seem to be A-okay. No clown corpses.
Well,
man, yeah, dude.
I'm not saying It's I mean,
That's a premium.
Check his body. Maybe there's a key. Check his body.
oh, I doubt there's a key to anything really here. I mean, sure. So I'll kind of I guess I'll grab. Is he wearing boots or shoes or anything?
Yeah, he's got like big, funny Harley Quinn boots. Of
Great.
course.
I'll take one of the Harley Quinn boots off, and with the bell on the end of it, and I'll just sort of poke him with it, or sort of lift portions up to investigate.
Toss me those boots. I want to wear them.
Some nice boots.
I'm not here to steal from anyone. That would be a crime. And although we are jailed, that does not mean we're criminals.
What are the guards
Speak for yourself.
doing?
They're just hanging out right now. They've got like 1,000-mile stares going on right now.
I'm going to go
I'm gonna call.
I'm going to go up to the bars. I'm going to say, sir, do you have a name? Can I have your attention for a moment?
Yeah, I have a name. It's called Shut the Hell Up.
Oh, Mr. Hellup. Hellup, we've got a problem here. See, they forgot to scrub down before they dropped me in here. There's a previous occupant who had an unfortunate proclivity, and so I just wanted to see if that could be, if you could maybe give it a little, take him to his proper resting place.
At this point, the two guards start laughing. Oh, yeah, old Jumbo the Jester. Funniest thing he ever did, I tell you. And I assure you, it was no accident. And then they go back to what they were doing.
And I just sort of look and I'm just curious, kind of go, no accident. Well, if it is suicide, I hope you didn't intend quite a death like this, sir, because I'm sure you are quite nice and funny in your own way. And I'll do another little blessing for him.
The longer you sit there and the longer you look at the scene, definitely doesn't look like suicide. Basically, it looks like his necklace got too tight, which is weird. Like he could not have done that to himself. It's
so
very.
I'm sort of
Am I wearing a
looking at
necklace?
Are you wearing that? Yeah.
Is it
I want to take it
enchanted?
off.
Like, is it got any sigils or anything on it?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I can do that. Probably not fantastically, but I can do that. Oh, not bad. 13.
Okay, yes, this is most definitely some manner of magic item, though you cannot place the school, and even then, this looks like something like who would design something like this? This looks like it was created by some sort of madman.
Oh, well, that's rather unfortunate.
7.
Are any of you? Do you? Oh, never mind. Just sort of looking at it and just kind of creeped out by the whole thing. I'll kind of sleep in the opposing corner from Clown Corpse.
Wonderful.
I'm like, excuse me. First of all, this is a very unhealthy, unsanitary situation to have a dead person. You know, I expect my, especially from the Baroness with all of her money, to have, clean jail cells. Second of all, I'm hungry. Where's my crust of bread? Could you please go up and ask somebody where our food is, water? There are certain things that are required, if you're just going to arrest people without knowing why. I demand to have answers.
Are you threatening or coercing? Because if it was a threat, I would say roll intimidation. If not, I would say roll... Well, what's the thing if you want to convince? Again, what's on the tip of my tongue? Persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah.
Persuasion.
I'm going to do intimidation because that's higher.
All right, go for it.
I mean, well, I'm no fool.
Know thyself.
Okay, so I'm rolling. Oh, it's charming. I got with my +5, I get a 20.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. Okay.
Dirty 20, as we call it.
Damn, the first dirty 20 of the game.
Right.
So
boom! I
this
shake my cell thing, even though they don't move because they're so new and strong.
It's a madhouse, At this point, the guard, who is actually moved by your performance there, he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and he goes, don't get paid near enough for this. And then he goes, and yeah, he eventually leaves and comes back with your shot of water, crust of bread, all the other stuff. And it's like, all right, eat up.
He for everybody, right?
Yes, yeah, for everybody.
Oh, good. So when he comes to the thing, I'll go, could you maybe take this body somewhere?
I can hear my voice in the background. I'm
sorry. Yeah.
That's all right.
Oh, go ahead, monkey. Upstairs.
It's all good. So is there anything we could do about this body?
It's above my pay grade there, cleric. You'll have to take it up with the warden. He comes in tomorrow morning.
I guess we have to go to sleep.
Do I have an opportunity when he's...
Oh,
he dropped out a little bit there.
Uh-oh. Troy, you froze for a sec. What'd you say?
Yeah. Do I have an opportunity when he's bringing the food to me to grab him in any way, his arm or anything?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, good.
Roll a strength, and I'll roll a strength.
Possibly go wrong,
and we'll see who does better.
All right.
Well, we either wait for the warden or we break out, right?
I rolled a crit fail. I'm sorry. That was a 1.
I rolled a 16. You go to try and grab this man, and he's clearly worked here long enough to know when people are trying to grab him. So he pulls out his truncheon and he smacks you on the hand really hard, and he ends up doing 3 damage to you.
This is just like the
We're first level, so you're half dead now, right?
Yeah, really.
Right, yeah.
The rats will kill us next. Don't worry.
Hands to yourself, prisoner.
So when
I'll just go take a long rest now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Time for the long rest.
All right.
Anyone
Anyone else?
I call the guards over? If I speak to the guards, can my cohorts here hear me, or am I able to speak low enough that they can't?
You're pretty close, so you would probably have to roll. There's no sleight of voice. I would say you'd have to roll a stealth to talk quietly if you don't want them.
I'm just gonna.
God,
Yeah.
I need to speak to you. Please come here.
All right. No funny business now. I've already tired out my smacking hand on the dwarf.
No funny business. No funny business.
What's the name of the woman whose name's all over the wall? The governess? Is that it?
The Baroness Walter.
Baroness. G.I. Joe. Got it.
Come here.
All right.
I'm here voluntarily. I don't know these other people.
Oh.
Me and the Baroness.
Roll.
Me and the Baroness. You should get me out of here. She's going to be very angry with you.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage. This guy's dumb, but not so dumb.
I have a +4. I put all my chips in charisma. 18. 14 plus 4.
With disadvantage?
Hot
No,
damn.
well, 18 total. What's the disadvantage?
No, so you got to roll again, and you take the lower of the 2 rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's never that easy.
Oh, natural 1.
Not alone.
Amazing.
Pure
The
disadvantage.
I was going to help all of you once I got out of here.
But I think this is
Because
actually
I am chaotic good.
Aw.
But
you
I
know,
think this
I was-
works for. I think this works for your play, if you know what I mean. That you get a 1, but it doesn't work.
It's a pretty far-fetched concept.
The guard very hilariously
Never know.
tries to humor you for a little bit. Oh, you work for the Baroness.
No.
I'll let you out
I don't
right now
work
with
for the
my
Baroness.
pistol key.
She and I. She and me and her.
Oh, well, you can just take that up with her then tomorrow. And then he just walks away.
Wonderful.
All right. So I will say after that. Oh, no, you got something else?
Prop my pillow. I kick my legs
You assume
up.
you have a pillow.
Well, whatever. Maybe it's my cloak. Whatever. I make a pillow. I fabricate a pillow, not through magic, just through whatever is there. And I chomp on my bread, and I kick my feet up on my bed, and because I can't get out, and I'm just gonna lie down.
Maximum comfort.
All right.
Maximum comfort.
I will go in the opposing corner to the dead clown, and then I will basically hunker down and do a quick little prayer. And in the midst of that prayer, I'm just like, and if I offended anyone to have this happen, please, Almanada, please understand that it was merely a minor infraction and probably isn't worthy of, say, a cursed chain popping my head free of and killing me. However, if in your eternal lawful judgment you feel that this is appropriate, I'm sure we'll come to some kind of agreement in the afterlife and it'll all be fine. Otherwise, good night. And I'll just sort of hunker down in the corner quietly.
All right, then. So you all try and get, as much sleep as you possibly can, given your circumstances. And the next morning, basically at sunrise, you hear the clanking of armor as someone enters the prison area. This guy is nicer dressed than the other guards. You can probably safely assume that this guy is the warden. And, he speaks up with a bellowing voice and he addresses everyone in the prison area. And oh, his voice is hilarious. All right, then, you silly little sinners. The time has come to answer for your crimes. You're all going to be hung from the neck until dead and probably a little longer. Oh, also, the wood planking is new, so watch your step. I wouldn't want you to get a splinter on your toesies there now. Good.
I refuse to be hanged, I say, until I know what my crime is.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any comebacks?
I mentioned this yesterday, but I think I'll bring it up again. I think there might have been a slight miscommunication or mistake made in the bagging and tagging. I'm curious who we would be speaking to in terms of the lawful nature of this arrestification.
I signed up for the party.
At this point, the warden there, he has a big old belly laugh there, almost like Santa. Oh, you didn't actually believe me about the hanging now, did you? Come on. That's classic dungeon humor right here. You gotta do that in this line of work. We're not gonna hang you. You just got here. No. What we're actually gonna do to you is much worse. In fact, everyone come along.
So they bring us out of our cells?
Yes, they bring you out of your cells. They reconnect you basically into the chain gang format, and they lead you down through the tower in to the castle keep itself. It's a large building. You see servants kind of avert their eyes and try and steer clear of you as they kind of walk you deeper and deeper into the structure itself. And eventually, at the end of your trek, you reach a large oaken door with elaborate designs carved into it. And on the other side, you see the throne room of the Baroness Walder. And oh, this room is tacky. It is just, a lot of shag carpeting and gold curtain rods and white marble statues, assuredly of this woman herself. And yeah, that is where you stand right now.
So Agnes, nudge him. You and her.
Oh yeah. Where's my Baroness? Get her over here.
Yeah. Why don't you sweet talk her?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Sweet talk, Agnes. Do
Toots.
The Baroness is at the other end of the room now, standing basically by her throne. She's an older woman with a lot of thick powdered makeup, red ruby lipstick, a resplendent gown with fur trim. And as you enter the room right now, she is holding a massive crossbow in her hand and using it to shoot apples and bottles and what have you off the heads of the members of her court. You see a lot of scared, well-dressed men and women literally shaking in their boots as this lady just shoots stuff off their head. And when she's done, pours a little wine, shoots another arrow, pours a little wine. She's having a great time.
No, we're perfect like her.
She's like the Red Queen. I love it. I love her dress. I say, love your dress, lady.
She doesn't quite look at you right now because she's busy shooting, though slowly but surely she does turn her head to you and address you. And again, I got to remember what I decided she sounded like. Oh, yes, a little witch of the West. Look, fresh meat in my chambers. Aren't you all just a bunch of filthy ragamuffins? You should count yourself lucky. Normally, anyone who breaks the law in my lands works themselves to death in the forge. But you four are special, I can tell. How would you four like to earn your freedom today?
I'd love to. We can start on the shag carpet. Do you want it to come off? Because it comes off.
What's wrong with the shag carpeting? She looks at her court. You love it,
perfect.
don't you, everyone? Good.
Good work, Agnes.
It's possible there's been some sort of a misinterpretation when I was I was trying to pass out some charitable blessings, and all of a sudden, a few of your gentle persons came forth truncheonly and smacked me about, and there was baggage and ropage and chainage, and I still am a little bit unclear what exactly this is all about. So, if you could elucidate and illuminate, we would all be. I would be. That would be nice.
So her eyes.
While he's waxing poetic, I want to see everybody in this room. Are they all like of the court, or are there other chain gang member, like prisoner like people that do they look like court people, or do they look like prisoners that have been dressed up for her merriment?
Oh no, these are definitely actual court people. You can tell from the lack of calluses on their hands, these people have not worked a hard day in their lives and are just desperately trying to suck up to this woman. Now, Clive, after your little speech there, her eyes zero in on you, and she actually walks a little closer to you, crossbow in hand. Oh, so you're a holy man, huh?
I am. I pray to Aminator, the yellow god, the keeper of the eternal sun, the warmth of light raised down upon us in our physical selves. Blessed and spiritual are we all.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely? Well, let me tell you something. Clive, was it?
Yes.
Here in my keep, there is no God in my keep. There is only me. People live and die because I will it so. In fact, she takes her crossbow and she shoots one of the people in her court in the stomach. See, look, God didn't make that happen. I made that happen.
I can, let me, I'll take care of that. And so I'm trying to pull my chains to get closer to the wounded person so I can heal them. I'm trying to crawl my way forward because there's someone hurt. And when someone's hurt, I got to do something about it.
People do recognize that, and they definitely appreciate it. She snaps her fingers and moves her hand around, and eventually 2 guards come and drag the injured person away.
No, I could. With a little bit of sunlight, we can just scrub that right out.
Oh, but your hands are going to be so filled. Again, I had a job for you, and I was really more telling than asking. So, would you like to know what you're going to be doing for me?
Does it involve healing?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find something to heal along the way. Your types always do. I want you to get something back for me. A very important leather-bound book was stolen from me by a filthy little worm by the name of Phineas Wheeler. Yes, he was spotted 3 days ago in the town of Snowcrag, a horrible little hive of scum and villainy. No self-respecting lady like myself would ever be seen in such a dive, but you four, I think you'll fit just right on in there.
Now, I shake my chains and say, well,
Okay.
You'll have to give us back our weapons, obviously. And I'm always I hate a person who doesn't return a book, or steals them. Even though I burnt it to the ground, I did have quite a library when I was growing up, and that's losing all those books is something that really haunts me.
She goes over to the wall at this point, and there's like a big fancy portrait there, a whole bunch of them, and she goes to one in particular and rips off a little piece of it and comes back to you with it. Yes, this is the fellow right here, Phineas, dirty little halfling. Get back what he stole, and all your crimes in these lands shall be forgiven.
Once again, would like to know what we did.
I think it'll all come out in the wash.
You want to know what you did? You're guilty because I said you're guilty because I need something from you.
Great.
Fair cop.
Well, that seems there
That's
is
fair.
If you are in charge, then that is a lawful thing in its own way, I guess. So what is the name of the town?
Snowcrag.
Snow Crab. Got it. Okay. We'll go to the Snow Crab, and we'll make sure this all gets taken care of for you, for you in a way that's most we'll get it done.
That's right.
Goody. No,
Crazy.
Now, naturally, I just can't let you little birds fly the nest on you. Oh, now you're going to have an escort. And she snaps her fingers again. And this time her court wizard kind of comes stumbling out of the back room. This guy, he's a half elf. He's got like brown and white billowy robes on him, big long mop of hair covering his face. And dude smells like a distillery fire. You can tell from here. Yeah, this guy.
Gavin's got a friend.
Yeah, my kind of elf.
Yeah, drunken court wizard, and the Baroness introduced him. This is Rictus, my court wizard, and oh, he has such wonderful ways with people. Show them, Rictus. Show them what you do. At which point, Rictus, he pulls the hair from his face, and he kind of tries to stand up straight, and you see he pulls out a little wand from his sleeve. All right, ma'am, I'm gonna do that right now. And he moves his hands in a magical manner, and the shackles that bind your hands and legs begin to glow. They glow and shift and change, and eventually, once they're done transmuting, they become necklaces around your neck. Yeah, just like the one you saw before that killed the jester. Yeah. Rictus begins to start talking to. Yeah, you like these new pieces of jewelry? They're creations of my own, ones what got me kicked out of the magical conservatory, but luckily the Baroness appreciates a man with my kind of vision. And then he takes out a flask and starts drinking from it. Let me tell you how these little numbers here work. You piss me off, they get a little tighter. And every day at sunrise, I gotta retouch the spell, because after 3 days of no retouching, your head pops. So be good now.
So we're like some kind of suicide squad or something.
I don't know about that. It's just the Baroness is named Walder and the warden was named Reeve, but it's the thing.
Oh, so I see. Well, that all sounds very awful. Okay, I guess snow crab it is then.
All right, follow me now. So the court wizard starts leading you through the keep once again to the stables where you have a carriage already waiting for you, and in the back is all of your equipment that was taken from you, all your weapons and armor and everything else. And it says, all right, you all know the drill. Get yourself all sorted up. He also throws you a map. That's how you get to Snow Crag. He then makes himself comfortable in the back of the wagon and starts draining his flask. Yeah, I'll be good now.
If he dies, we die, right?
Right. That's what I was just going to say. I go up to him and sit down and inquire about the rules of the spell.
Oh, yeah.
Sing a nice song to make him feel like he can, it's like a sea shanty,
I definitely trust that you all are going to play by the rules on this one. You could definitely try and kill me, but there'd be no one to retouch the spell after 3 days. So y'all best take care of me now. And
but don't you have?
No, I'm more worried about his drinking.
I'm in a good place with that.
You a whiskey elf?
Oh,
What kind of elf are you? What are you drinking?
He smells like whiskey. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Oh, he's one of those moonshine elves.
Yeah, really. From the backwoods of Favor.
Elf.
All right, so we're in the wagon. We're going towards Snow Crag.
You're ready to go. Yeah, who's driving in this situation? Who took the chance to drive?
I guess I'm up front because I said I was going to sit next to him and ask him inquire. So I got the reins.
Can't drive.
Oh, he's in the back. He's letting you guys drive. He's just a babysitter. He's just hanging out to retouch the spell if he has to.
Yeah, I'm singing to the horses to make them feel good as we go along the road.
They do feel good, actually. You're definitely doing your part there.
I got the touch, my silver throat.
All right, so you begin your trek to the town of Snow Crag. You've all been in the area long enough to know that once upon a time, this was actually a very successful dwarven mining community that fell on hard times a couple years back when all the ore... Yeah, exactly, you do know that.
I know this.
When all the ore dried up. In recent times, though, it's become a real port of call for gangsters and other assorted criminal types. As you approach the outskirts of town, the snow begins to fall. Rictus awakens from his drunken stupor and basically tells you to leave the cart here and head on foot. best that he not be seen in town, and also be good or lose your heads.
What time of day is it? Is it morning? Is it like what's the clock? What's the ticking clock on day one for this necklace situation?
It's a little before lunchtime right now by the time you get there from the keep. This is Snow Crag is up in the mountains. I probably should have said that. So yeah, it's a bit of ways away from the keep. The keep is more in the lowlands, good real estate.
How many days journey to the Snow Crag?
Like not even half a day.
Oh, all right.
Well, all right then.
So
So we will begin to trek, and I'm just sort of like, I'm really confused about the legal system that woman really puts together. It doesn't quite hold up at all. I thought about it quite extensively, and I think there's some flaws in her logic.
She's crazy.
I don't know. I'll have to get to the bottom of it at some point. And that Rictus gentleman, if he's not following the rules of his magely order, that's very sad now that I think about it. Just sort of tugging at my collar a little bit. It's very sad indeed.
I'm not like Dulaine is like super irritated at first, and is like grinding her teeth. But then she kind of thinks that, it's kind of sweet that Clive is just so good and so naive. And because she's got such darkness inside of her from her past that, like any little shred of light, it's like a little soothing. So she slaps his back, you're really good, Clive.
Well, we're really all on a journey, and so I don't think of it so much as being good. It's an ongoing process. We all have to go through it day by day. We wake up and we make a choice. We make a choice about whether we're going to follow the law and do right by other people and make the world kinder or less painful or less choking.
I'm going to put that into some lyrics, and I'm going to sing you a tune about the road, the journey to goodness.
I'm really feeling a need to find a tavern right now listening to you two. So can we look around and see is there a bar nearby?
Well, I don't know that we have time for libations, my good sir. We're on a mission.
I thought we were walking. We're in the town? I thought we were
we're walking to the town.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I thought we're on foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. He parked outside the city limits.
Yeah, he's keeping the cart because he's a real jackass.
Yeah, he didn't want to be seen with you.
So
so he's in the cart sleeping?
Yes.
Here's what I think we need to do. We need to find this
Is that secure?
This Phineas fellow and explain to him that this is just a big misunderstanding, and if he could return the stolen object, then we would all be better off and things would be much simpler.
Very true.
Well,
I'm with Gavin. Gavin,
we're not doing any of
bars. Taverns. That's where you find the information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, funny you should mention that, because as you enter the town, you see folks buzzing around for what you assume is probably their early lunchtime. The streets are set up in two rows with homes on one side, businesses on the other, and there's three main big businesses that stick out to you right now. There's the Cold Shoulder Tavern. So there you go. There's the bar you were looking for. The Uppercut Barber Shop and the Plenty of Provisions General Store.
Tavern.
Well, we should probably question and ask if anyone knows Mr. Wheeler, and maybe we could find out his common what do you call it? The places where he goes.
Sure, over a beer.
Tavern.
I mean, I am not against, the need for a little bit of food. My stomach is a little grumbly, and that bread did not quite sit well. But just a quick brunch, and then we can move on with the day. How about that?
When we're trying to get information out of people, can I ask you not to speak so much?
Yeah. You need to always.
I'm just gonna. It's okay. You're very nice.
Right.
I'm gonna make that request now that I do all the talking.
Agnes, we just have to keep him eating.
If it's a holy matter, I would like to have some input.
That's just fine. You do all the healing.
Let's get some spirits for the holy man.
To the bar, please.
Okay, so we're gonna step into the Cold Shoulder Tavern.
There you go. So you roll on up to the Cold Shoulder Tavern. You notice normally there'd be horses hitched outside. You see a couple horses, but more than anything, you actually see big black dire boars with saddles actually all kind of tied up out front. That's very interesting that you noticed that. When you enter the main building itself, it's a rough and tumble 2-story establishment with sawdust on the floor, racks of game meat smoking on a nearby fire pit. The chairs and stools are all covered in animal fur. Off to the corner there, you see a small lime green goblin in suspenders darting back and forth, doing everything he can to pour drinks for all the thirsty customers.
Oh, so we're going to step in and just sort of look around a little bit. Is the clientele mostly human, or what's the sort of spread?
There's a nice little mix there. Predominantly, it's dwarven and a lot of humans. They're like 60-40 dwarven human, maybe like 5% other. Though you do notice something interesting about the dwarven folks here. They don't look like any dwarfs you've seen before. They're all wearing black spike leathered armor with a picture of an angry dire boar on the back. They also have tons of facial tattoos and piercings, and their hair are all cut into mohawks with like different jewelry in it and everything.
Oh, they're probably worshipers as well. So I'll just go walking right up. I told you it's a holy matter. I'll deal with
pull
it.
him back. I pull him back.
I'm just going to walk right over to them.
I
Super
pull him
excited.
back. Shove a piece of bread in his mouth. That's what I do. Pull him back.
What-
And
what-
I say something to my friends. I'm so sorry, Agnes. I say something. Do we know what race, species Phineas is?
Yeah, he's a halfling.
Human.
You saw from the
Oh,
portrait.
right. Okay. Sorry. Right.
And there's humans in here.
Oh yeah, there's humans here too.
And are they dressed in S&M gear as well, or what are we doing?
Yeah, they look pretty normal. They look hard Scrabble, but they look normal.
Like affluent or just middle class, or what are we going?
It's very working. This is a rough town.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Although actually,
Well, I'm feeling good about this.
actually, now that you mention it,
What's good on the menu?
Oh, they got mead, they got mutton, they got grouse. I don't even know what
crab.
grouse is.
I don't know what gross is, but they got it.
What's the chef recommend?
I don't know. Do you ask the only guy who
I
seems to
do.
work
I
here?
do. We're hungry. We've been on the road and we've been in a
Green
prison.
goblin.
Like, I think we need some sustenance here.
All right, so you approach the counter there. The little lime green goblin there is pouring drinks as fast as he can. Eventually, he does make eye contact with you, and he opens
Hey,
his
Harry
mouth.
Osborn, get over here.
He opens his mouth and gives you a greeting, and he says, "Hey man, what's up?"
What's good on the menu?
Food. Food is good on the menu. We got all sorts of smoked stuff. We got drinks. You hear about this
Whiskey.
grouse?
We would like the greatest assortment of your finest smoked meats.
And
All right,
whiskey.
you gotta pay for that now. You
Maybe.
get-
Do we have any money? I don't know.
Do we have any coinage?
Did we get money returned to us?
You did get money returned to you, but less than what you came in with. At least half of all your money is
hilarious.
gone.
What do we have? How much gold do I have?
I'll say you each have 5 gold each on you. They left you. with
Oh, we're rich.
All right. What is
So while they're
2, 4,
ordering
6?
food-
What's like 8 to 10 gold get me?
I guess I can get you some drinks, and I can get you a family bucket of mutton,
Do that.
Family bucket.
extra crispy, because it's the only way I know how to cook it. I'm Scrunch, by the way.
Nice to
I
meet you.
wink at him and say, "Throw in another bucket and another pitcher."
Roll persuasion.
Hey, let's see, persuasion. I got a 16.
You know what, lady? I like you. You're like the prettiest lady who stepped in here all day. So I'm gonna do that because Scrunch is just so very lonely. And he goes back and he gets that to work.
I give
Okay,
him a
so-
little wink.
While Dulane's making all that, that's my chance. I'm going to lean over to the dwarves because they're all ordering food. And I'm just going to be like, as a fellow holy man myself, I understand the need to showcase your faith in the most obtuse manner possible. What God do you pray to, pray tell?
What
Can I just stop him?
Sure.
No, you're ordering drinks. You guys are all ordering food and drinks. You're all head at the bar.
One of the guys turns to you, Clive, and he says, "God? No. We have no gods here. All I have is my brother and the boar. We ride hard. We ride against the Baroness and against all other authority."
He just sort of looks over and he goes, "So you worship A boar god. Fascinating indeed. I'm. So is this a god of free range or tusks or what exactly would you say is encompasses your prayers and symbols?
This guy starts looking at all of his other brothers, and they turn around and point to the symbol on their back, and they're like, "We are not a church, we are a gang."
Oh, I see. Oh, gods of anarchy. How fascinating. Yes, of course. That's wonderful. I shall pray for you. And I'll put a hand on his shoulder.
Can we? No, don't touch him. No.
Don't touch him.
I elbow.
Move that hand, holy man.
Can we stop him from touching him?
Agnes, and say we gotta go. We gotta go get our boy here.
So I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance, and basically be like, "May all your rides be swift and sure. May the hooves of your oars tear deep into the land to give you traction evermore."
Okay, you do that, and the light actually fills his eyes, and you actually hear him explain, "Oh my God, they have ruined my whole life. What have I done with myself? I should be in school. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He pulls the jewelry out of his mohawk and throws it down and just leaves. "I'm going back to school."
You gotta wash the tattoos off.
Yeah, exactly. And all the other dwarf gangsters are like, "What the hell just happened?"
I'm sorry. So I'm gonna pick up his piercings on the floor. I'm gonna hold them up, and I'm gonna go, these are not mine, but if you could make sure they're returned to him, I would deeply appreciate it. And I'll hand it to one of the other dwarves.
They snatch it out of your hand and go back to their drinks at this point. This shit got too weird for them.
All right, so
I'll
go up
the
to the
table
bar.
for my drink. Bring it to me now, please. I need a drink.
All right.
Can I talk to the Grinch?
Scrunch, yeah, you can totally talk to Scrunch.
Grinch, come here, Grinch.
I think I told you my name is Scrunch. Grinch is my cousin. He owns the other tavern.
Sorry, he's a nice guy.
He's all right.
What can you tell me about Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah, his eyes start narrowing at you, and he kind of gives you a look, and he's like, "What makes you think I know anything about Phineas?"
He's very famous around here. He's a legend. I want to know all about the legends.
I mean, he's famous because he works.
I'm going to write a book about him.
I mean, he's famous in as much as he works for the Baroness, which means he ain't exactly too popular around here. And Scrunch points one of his green fingers to the dartboard, and you see they basically created a Baroness in effigy that is filled with darts from the bar.
Wait, so if we wanted to go get Phineas and do not nice things to him, everybody here would want to help us?
I mean, I'm not saying anything, man. I wouldn't be a very good bartender if I was just like, giving away secrets of people who may or may not be in here, man. Scrunch has a code, man. Come on.
Okay. What if I wink and tell you how nice you look?
I mean, that would make me feel all warm and fuzzy and everything, but I mean, I already gave an extra family bucket of mutton, so I mean, what do you want from me?
Grinch,
Buddy.
Scrunch is my brother.
Scrunch, let's, all we want, we're just a simple troop of people coming together to
on
try
a holy quest.
We're just a family musical act.
To try to do
just
some harm to a common enemy.
A blessed mission.
We just need, perhaps a little nudge, a little help in the right direction.
Yeah, if you guys don't like Finn, we can also not like Finn.
Exactly. We're working.
We can do that for you.
I'm sure it's just an agreement that we could all work out if we just sat down and spoke about our common needs.
I put another.
We don't want him to talk anymore.
Yeah, I put another.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up to the bar and I'm going to be like, dear sir, first of all, your particular greenish pallor is wondrously bright and cheery, nature-like. Do you have any sarsaparilla?
Mutton in his mouth.
At this point, Scrunch just kind of sighs. All right, you know what? You guys are quickly becoming bad for business, so I guess I better meet you halfway on this one if I want to get you out of my goddamn hair. Look, okay.
Don't say goddamn. Oh, I said it.
I can't say one way or another. If he was here, wink, wink. And if you want any more
Wait, am I clear that the gang of dwarves don't like him?
I think he wants us to find someone named Wink Wink.
Those Diabor Riders, man, they don't like anybody. Let me tell you that way. Like, I don't even like those guys. I'm supposed to be paying.
How does that guy come in here and survive?
Well, maybe he didn't look like himself when he came here.
Okay, well, I
Wink
look around.
Wink?
Yes, wink, wink.
I hear you, wink, wink.
Is there anybody that looks out of place right now?
Everyone, roll an investigation.
Yes, rolling.
I'm not
Well,
rolling because I'm not investigating anything. 'Cause I don't know what's going
Geez, Louise, that's a natural one.
on.
You poke yourself in the eye. Well, look.
I'm looking around too.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
said that. Sweet. I got a 17 plus whatever.
All right, so yeah, you got the gangsters. They
I
kind of
don't know which one I'm
Get
looking
that
at.
plus whatever in there.
love it.
Well, what am I rolling for?
Investigation.
Plus one.
So 17 is high enough on its own to tell you what you need to know. Yeah, you got the gangsters at the back. They kind of got their own table. They're like playing cards and knife games and everything else. You got the hard Scrabble worker folk trying to make whatever they can in the mine with what little is there. You see a set of rooms up top where people who stay the night do their staying and sleeping and what have you. Over in the corner, though, you do actually see one guy who looks like he does not belong, mainly because he's dressed much nicer than everyone else. He is a human. He definitely looks like nobility. He's got like a big red frock coat with gold trim and like an ascot and everything. And he's just sitting at a table. He's got like a whole bottle to himself and everything there. And he's just kind of hanging out. And yeah, his table is the only one that actually has a tablecloth on it, which makes you think, did this guy bring that from home?
Nice.
All right, I just want to rewind for 1 second because I'm the one who rolled that. What was the first table?
All the gangsters at the back.
The gangsters in the back. Okay. Clive.
Yes.
Clive.
Yes.
There's a table in the back.
Yes.
I really think they need some enlightening.
Oh,
Very much so. Right now.
First.
Yeah. You go. I think you should go do that. Give them give them all the magic love that you have.
No. It's not about love. It
could be whatever you want it to be. Dulaine, I need you for a second over here at this other table because we want to stay away from you so you can do your magical holy work properly.
So I'm
gonna
pat Agnes on the shoulder and I will give a word. Hold on, no. Yeah, I'll give you guidance again. So basically the next ability check you make, you're gonna get a plus 1d4.
You're such a wonderful human being.
And then I'm going to wander forth to the table and I'm going to say, show me this wonderful. They're playing the knife game, where they're going between the fingers. I'm going to be like, is this some sort of a prayer? And I'll just go over to the table and watch.
So again, they're kind of trying to pay you no mind right now, but you can tell they're getting like very, very sick of this holy man within their general godless vicinity. But they let you watch. They're not messing with you yet.
I was like, Gavin, can you make sure he doesn't die?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, but don't take too long.
So I'll cast guidance on the guy doing the knife trick, so he's really good at it.
Oh, he's just killing it now. He's so awesome, and everyone's like oohing and awing at him.
And I'm just going to look and I'm going to go, all you need to do is think about your proper place in the universe and everything comes together. That's how this works. That's why we pray.
Think about my place in universe. Yes, and knife goes so much better now. You're slowly but surely converting this gang one person at a time.
I gave Gavin one of the buckets of mutton and also the pitcher of mead.
Happily eating and drinking like a KFC big meal boy here, And I'm sharing with the gang as well because they're my brothers.
Yeah, they're liking you a lot actually because you're a big tough barbarian guy. They warm up to you right away, and eventually, Gavin, one of the guys, he's nicer dressed than the other dwarf bikers, but he starts talking to you there, and he says, "New in town? I thought I knew all the dwarves around here."
You don't know everybody. I've been here. I've been a lot of places. You may see me, you may not.
Well, I'm working and I'm kind of a big deal around these parts. I tell you what, you look big and strong. You ever looking for a little work, little security, little shakedown here and there? It would be good, you know. Maybe make a little money.
Money, eh?
I feel like Jim's gonna walk out of the front of this bar and knock over their row of horses.
That's right.
It's gonna be a Pee-wee's moment.
So Agnes, do you have a Agnes? Do you have a
I do
plan?
have I have a plan. Come with me.
What's the plan?
Don't worry. We're good.
My eye is still watering from poking myself in the eye.
Okay. I need you to be on point. Come here. So
I'm ready.
we walk over to the guy,
fancy pants guy, yeah.
fancy tablecloth.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Red robe,
Okay.
yeah.
Does he recognize us walking towards him, or what's that? Does he react at all?
He's
or like kind of easygoing, kind of walk over. We're not.
Yeah,
we're not, like,
he's in his
intimidating.
bottle. He's in his bottle right now. He doesn't pay you a lot of mind. He kind of opens that. You feel like this guy's a major barfly that he's been drinking here most of the day.
Wonderful.
Does he have anything on the table? Can I see? Does he have anything on the table with him, like besides the tablecloth, like books or anything?
Empty bottles, lots of
Okay.
empty bottles.
Any food?
An empty plate.
I say,
I've got the
hello,
bucket,
sir.
the other bucket,
Wait,
and I've
can I
got the
just
other bucket and the
Hold
other
this.
pitcher, and I put it on the table in front of him.
That makes him very happy, and he speaks up. Oh, finally, some good service in these parts. It's about time.
I can see you look like you're doing better than everybody else here. Might we have a minute of your time? My lady friend here is very good at the singing and the dancing and the music.
I start to sing a cool song.
Oh my!
Mind if we share in some of your drink and cheers to good times all around?
Oh sure, why not?
Hey,
I'm
what the heck is
Larchmont
going on
von
here?
Larchmont, by the way.
Sorry, my Siri popped up and automatically. What the heck?
Uh-oh. It's a curse.
I'm still
Sorry.
singing. I'm still singing and pouring some mead
That was bizarre.
into a mug.
He's,
I look over to I
clapping.
go like this to Gavin, who's
I'm having good bro talks with
Yeah.
my homies. We're getting tight.
Yeah. Meeting the mob. They're loving Gavin. Gavin's a big hit.
I'm just looking over the knife ritual, and I'm going to say, so what is the end result of all this rush of adrenaline? What does it make you feel about your place in the universe?
Well, first you stab, then you stab more, then you stab quicker to also stab more.
No,
It's
but it's a matter of the rush that you feel on the precipice of pain, but not quite. Does it? And the guy's doing the knife thing, so now I might end up distracting him, probably.
Yeah,
But
really.
I'm still talking. I go. So, do you think at all, or is it about clearing your mind, like a meditative approach?
Well, mostly for me, it is to show how cool and masculine I am amongst my peer group. mostly.
Oh.
You gotta cause this guy to stab himself in the finger.
It is also why
that's
I
inevitable.
get tattoos. Is why
It's
I
all-
get tattoos and cut hair into mohawk.
It's sort of nodding and nodding. I understand these symbols to align yourself with the group and to feel that you're part of a community. I think that's really powerful. I think it's very important. Say for myself, all of us on this holy mission are wearing these bink, bink, bink on my neck.
Yeah.
It's a sign of our shared commitment, if you will.
Oh yeah. I wonder about that chain actually. There are you in cult or something? You are not first person I see wear chain.
No, it's not I wouldn't say it's a cult. It's more of a calling, if you will.
When this guy mentions the chain, though, the big boss who was talking to you, Gavin, he kind of overhears this, steps up, goes over to the guy playing the knife, taps him on the shoulder, and basically gives him a look that says, "It's your time to leave now." And he actually gets up and he walks out.
Okay.
Mutton?
Can we cut back to
Bucket
Phineas?
of mutton?
Sure, yeah, we'll cut back to you. So yeah, you're drinking with Larchmont von Fancy Pants over there,
Okay.
and he's drinking and laughing. It was ever so droll, I tell you. And
I just keep pouring more mead into his cup.
he takes a bite out of his mutton, and then you actually see he goes under the tablecloth and feeds it to two of his pets that are under there. This guy has two guard drakes under the
Guard drakes.
Guard
yeah.
drinks. Wait a minute. I would like to do something.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I have speak with the animals. So
I
I would
know.
like to I would like to speak with the animals, please.
All right, you speak with the animals, and which one do you want to talk to? There's a blue one and a green one.
I'm gonna talk to the blue one.
Okay, the blue one.
The right choice.
I pretend that like I drop something on the ground.
Smart.
And then I just sort of dip under the table while I give Agnes a little look to cover for me.
The chat is saying guard.
What's your name again, sir?
Oh, I'm Larchmont von Larchmont, of course. Of the Westbury Larchmonts.
Larchmont von Larchmont. There's a pizza place I love on Larchmont.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Really good. Larchmont Village. He's from Brooklyn. He moved out to LA. It's where I go to get all the good pizza.
Ah, yes.
So what do I do? Do I roll? Do I roll for this?
No,
Yes.
You can just do it. If you got a question for the Drakes, ask them.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What's my question for the Drake? My question for the Drake is your master is the name of your master Phineas McFurby, whatever? And where is the library? Where does he keep his books?
The blue guard Drake kind of looks to you for a little bit, surprised that someone is talking to him and that he can understand, and eventually opens up and says, "Nah, Phineas, never heard of him. Now my guy's Larchmont, feeds me lots of scraps. Lets me attack guys who mess with him pretty great."
Can I press about the books?
What's a book? I'm a Drake. I don't know what that is. Are you gonna feed me? You gonna walk me? See, you've now learned you can talk to animals, but most animals are pretty dumb.
God damn it.
So
I give him a piece of mutton.
You're pretty great.
So, Mr. Larchmont,
Yes.
how come you have such a nice tablecloth and nobody else gets nice tablecloths? How do I get a nice tablecloth? I mean, I'm very jealous that you got this big spread and a tablecloth and all the bottles, and everybody else is tattooed and spiky hair and doesn't know what they're doing in this place.
Oh, well, I was born well into high society, into the Baroness's court and everything, but I'm just not like those people, I'm not so highfalutin.
The Baroness's court from the other town.
Bart, yeah, it's all in the same area. This is all part of her fiefdom, basically.
Oh, okay. So the Baroness also owns this place. Well, I'm new to town.
Oh yes, it's all part of the Baroness's fiefdom. She's not exactly liked here or anything, but I like to hang out with the people. I like to drink. I like to get into the odd scrap, and now I can get away with it.
So you like the nobility here? Are you the mayor?
I mean, not really. This is kind of a lawless place. It's a Vorkin of the Black Boar Riders. They fancy
so you and the Baroness must be tight. You guys are close, yeah?
Oh, God, no. I'm the black sheep of the court. Do you see what that lady does? She shoots the apples and bottles off people's heads. That's just crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you experience that personally?
No, but let's just say I had a younger brother.
Oh, had, huh? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Nothing's more important than family.
I've got my two Drakes here. They my family, and he just feeds them a little more.
I dip back under the table since my talking to animals lasts for 10 minutes. I assume that I still have it. Yep. And I now say to the same Drake, where's your cage? And where does your master sleep?
At his own place. He's got a fancy place. We just hang out here, start fights, drink. It's great.
How many paces away? How many flaps of your little wing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got like a driver.
Oh, okay. He's got a driver. I pop back up.
What's the shit art?
Now with your conversation too.
Okay.
Your conversation too, Agnes. Again, he starts to like you the longer you hang out. You get the feeling no one else here actually listens to this guy's stories because he's so unlike them. He eventually does open up. I used to be in the Baroness's bad book for a very long time, but well, let's just say she's not thinking about little old Larchmont anymore. Not after what went down with Phineas.
Yeah, that's a funny saying where I'm from. Sometimes we say the bad book and we just mean in the bad book, but sometimes it's an actual book. Is yours an actual book?
I mean, I'm sure she has a book somewhere of all the people who have wronged her and or want to kill her. She keeps all sorts of books.
What would you do with a book like that? Is it magic?
I mean, I think it's more sentimental than anything. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but Phineas, I hear he's on the run, actually. The Baroness finally had enough of him.
Oh.
He was an integral part of her operation, you see.
Yeah, he sounds like a rascal.
Tell me about it. He designed the weapons that the Baroness sells. He was a top guy for the longest time, her absolute favorite, part of the family. She painted him into portraits and everything, and then one day, just up and ran.
Oh, why did he run? Was he going to get an apple shot in his head?
I mean, who can tell? Personally, I think he came down with, what's that horrible disease that people catch sometimes? Morals. Yep, that's the one.
That's the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's a man. He's become a man of faith.
Yeah, he's a good guy, huh?
Did someone say Faith?
No, yeah, you can't hear us over here.
Well, I'm not quite sure about
Paul,
faith. I wouldn't call Phineas a man of faith, but I mean, maybe the Baroness just finally pushed him too far. Working that close with that woman, I mean, could happen to anybody. Though,
Understood.
from what I understand, the Baroness was indeed pushing him for a new breakthrough in weapons technology. As you can tell, she loves her crossbows and her catapults and her battering rams, and he was really, really getting pushed to build something new and crazy.
Yeah.
Can I just
like poison on a sling? Yeah.
What was it?
That's what we call it at home. Poison on a sling.
What were the three buildings that were the big buildings? It was the general store, the tavern, and the what?
Barbershop.
The barber shop.
Yeah, barber
It's where everyone gets their mohawks.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And because
neck.
it's medieval times, probably dentistry too, and like
That's
every
right.
other assorted stuff.
So, when the Baroness and this Phineas character, when they split up, what would he have done to hurt her? Like, I mean, I don't understand.
Well, he probably decided that he didn't want to build anything for her anymore. Probably took off knowing that he might get killed.
Oh,
She doesn't
that's
take
terrible.
rejection well, the Baroness.
Would she chase him down?
Oh, certainly. She would go to the end of the earth to get him back. She feels like she owns the little guy.
Oh, that's terrible. To get him back. I mean, if you love something, you set it free.
Oh, yes, I very much agree. I've let many free. As he
Yeah.
just drinks more.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Yes. And then what happened?
Well, that was the end of my plan. I just wanted information. We got a lot of it.
And that was the end of my plan.
I mean, if you
I should've
trace under
said
the
that.
table, it will kill us because we're level 1.
I
So,
feel
like, we can't do anything to him. You know?
Yeah. I feel like I'm interested in the fact that he has a driver. How drunk can we get him? Can we get him so drunk that he has to call for
What?
his driver?
Oh, he's super smashed right now. Like
What?
again, in a couple more minutes, at the rate he's drinking, he's
We're
gonna
just
be
playing
falling
a
out of-
Dungeons and Dragons game.
I know, but where are you? In
I'm winning.
Great. So
I'm in first place.
Really?
we're gonna I'm gonna get him so drunk that he has to call for his driver.
Okay, cool. You
Wait,
You-
our boy Phineas? He's not there yet?
No,
Oh,
he's not. This isn't Phineas. This is
Larchmont von Larchmont.
Larchmont from
Larchmont.
Larchmont. Yeah.
I don't think it's Phineas. I think it's really Larchmont.
Well, no, that's what the Grinch said, is like he's here just in disguise, and then Dungeon Master Joel
Yeah,
described in great detail.
it's hard
A
to
man
understand.
by himself at a table in the back.
With Scrunch's voice, he basically said that he couldn't tell you if he was here or not. Wink, wink. But if he was here at one point, he didn't look like himself when he got here.
Right.
Hmm.
So that he seemingly did something to doctor his appearance before he got here and dealt with any of the bar people.
Wink,
And what
wink.
is
Maybe
what does Larchmont from Larchmont look like again?
He's just a human. He's just like a rich douche, basically, hanging out there,
Okay.
slumming
Wink,
it.
wink. It's Scrunch. We're barking up the wrong tree.
You're
That's
right.
the- it's
'Cause they're
true.
both the same
He
size.
owns the
And
bar.
wink, wink. What better place to hide?
That is in plain sight.
Yes.
Do you go back and question Scrunch again?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, first I go grab Clive.
Well, I think
and
Dwayne is
Gavin.
100% correct on this. I have to agree.
I grab Clive and Gavin. I'm like, come on.
Wait, do we? No, at least
Sort of
Clive-
looking
Until we need them,
this
so we're
dance?
dying.
I was just watching the knife game, just fascinated by this.
I want Clive to talk morals with Scrunch.
Okay. I'm.
Okay.
Is there someone who needs some sort of guidance? I'm here.
Scrunch.
Yes,
Not Scrunch. Clive. No, Clive. I'm talking to Clive.
So many names.
Yes.
Talking to Clive. Clive, as we're walking back, I'm like, Clive, you know what it's like when you've done something bad, but then you turn a corner and
I've never done a bad thing in my entire life, except for that time I forgot to. I didn't pass the salt,
But
and I didn't have enough citrus. But that definitely was not.
But
Yes.
you've ministered to people who have
Yes.
sinned, and you have helped them to
Yes.
see the light, and you
Yes.
have helped them. If perhaps if somebody had a book full of enemies of people's names,
Yes.
that they could turn over to good. To do some good, perhaps goblins. They seem like they're bad, but maybe they're good. I feel like you and Scrunch have a lot in common.
Do you think his soul is heavy with regret?
I believe so. Look where he is. He's a goblin running a tavern.
I'll talk to him about it. All right, so I'm going to go over to.
He regrets everything right now.
Gonna go over to Scrunch and just sort of say,
I regret it.
"So, kind sir, how about that sarsaparilla?"
Scrunch just starts rubbing his eyes at this point. Oh my god, are you guys still here? Seriously, every moment you are here, there is going to be a massive bar fight, and I am going to lose so much money. Look. The guy you're looking for, he was here, but he did not look like himself. Now, where would we go if we wanted to change our appearance?
Oh, I look and I go, we have to go to the barber shop.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, now get the hell out of my bar.
All right. So I'm going to step forth. I'm going to say, I'll be back later, and we'll talk about
obvious.
the weight upon your soul.
I just want to
talk
say
about the weight upon your soul.
I feel like I had a good thought there. It was a good. I went down a good road.
I think you were correct. And at the end of the day, we may come back here, and he may still be the guy.
Exactly.
I've been making good with the dwarves. I've been trying to get in with the knife game.
Oh, they love you now. You have a vest now, and you have your own tattoo.
Gavin's new clothes comes out. He's got the mohawk.
They have fully adopted you into their gang. You've just made great friends. You have actually learned a lot, Gavin. You know that the Black War Riders pretty much run this entire area. There's not really much in the way of like guards that they can't pay off. They are very much anti-Baroness. They see her as the authority, stepping on them and everything. They love their black dire boars that they ride around, and their leader was the dude with the big red mohawk and more jewelry than everyone else, and his name was Vorkin.
And would anyone loan me a boar if I requested a boar?
What is it? Roll a persuasion and see if it happens. They just might. 13. One of the drunkard dwarves are like, "Hey man, look, I'll tell you what. I've known you for the 2 hours. You're like a brother to me, man. I tell you what, you head on up to the Abbey and you can get one of the little direboar piglets, man. You raise it up good, man. You're a good dwarf, Gavin. You're a good gal." And then he just falls asleep.
I'm getting me a boar. Little piglet.
Yeah, got a pet. Every team needs a pet.
I'm gonna get a little piglet. I'm gonna grow that piglet. I'm gonna ride that piglet into battle.
We can feed it to the Drake to make our escape.
If you have to. So, you I assume you're leaving now because you have a lot of information in your hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know everyone's
I feel like
really
I need all
focused
my
on the
hairs
barber
cut.
shop, but I need to go get a pig. I think we should do the pig thing first.
The pig thing?
Do the pig thing first. I mean, if I have a pig.
When
we
people
can
say
use
that we're
to-
appropriate unions, usually means something else. What do you mean?
No, it's a boar. It's
I mean,
small. It will grow big and be fearsome someday. And I
Okay.
think we can use it to our advantage, possibly.
it's not going to take that long to get a pig, right?
I mean, you don't know. I guess you'll find out. Do you want to go get the pig? I mean, I would never recommend splitting the party.
No, we'll all stay together and get the pig. We'll humor you.
Is,
Ride or die.
Okay, so the drunk dwarf in the bar told you to go to a place called the Abbey, which up on the top of the hill.
The Abbey.
The Abbey, yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Let's go.
Clive is probably the most disappointed when he actually sees what the Abbey is. It's on top of a hill. There's like a bunch of like razor wire fencing and everything all around this place. At one point,
Are
this
they
place,
protecting it?
yes and no. You get the feeling at some point this probably was an actual legit temple to the dwarven forge god back when the town was booming, but now it has fallen into serious disarray. Stuff is falling off it. There's like dust and cobwebs, and it basically looks like the Black Boar Riders have taken this place over, and this is their base of operations essentially. And when you walk inside there, you see a little pen, and the pen is filled with little dire boar piglets, and they're so cute. And he said you could have one.
So I'm gonna wander forth.
I have
Wait, it's a baby?
Oh yeah, there's like a bunch of piglets there, a bunch of dire boar piglets that I guess have been born just recently.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to whoever's sort of running this thing, and I'm just gonna be like, hello, anarchist worshippers. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to my new friend, Gavin Girth. He has been directed to come here and take one of these small porcine objects for himself.
David told me I could have my very own piglet. We're like brothers. We've been drinking together for hours now, almost. And he's given me a piglet to come and choose for my very own.
It's a big tough.
You're mistaken. He said you could have two, one for the pet and one for breakfast.
There's a big tough woman there who's manning the pig pen at this point, and she looks at you, Gavin, and goes, "Yeah, that certainly sounds like David. Always giving away pigs when he's too drunk. Well, I guess I gotta honor it then. Here's one for you." And what did you say? There was two? I don't know.
Two. There's supposed to be two.
Oh no!
Roll persuasion. Roll persuasion.
Oh, I'm very persuasive.
Indeed, you are.
I got a 10, but I'm +4.
Okay. All right. I guess you can have one of the smaller sticker ones.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It won't live very long anyway.
All right, there you go. So yeah, you leave 2 piglets richer than when you got here.
Cheers.
Benji, my little piglet Benji.
Don't worry, breakfast is on me.
I don't think that was an Abbey at all.
Or will he just walk with me? Does he know?
He's big enough he can walk beside you
now.
Stay
with me. He doesn't need to be on a leash.
Oh yeah, the bond.
We'll make sure to go out of our way to keep him alive, so you can ride him into battle in 20 years.
If I have any mutton left, I would like to provide mutton to Benji.
Oh, he loves it. The bond is true.
Yeah, this is good.
There you go.
Okay, guys, barbershop. Let's go
All right.
haircut.
Oh, I was going to say, since I still probably in that 10 minutes maybe had speak with the animals, I tell Benji that Gavin is from what I can tell, a good guy.
Yay! Says
don't
Benji.
say anything like that to the other pig because he's gonna die.
I do not speak to the other pig.
At my hand in the morning.
What?
How big is Benji now? Is he an actual threat, or would he do any damage on command?
He's about the size of like a couple-month-old. You can actually hold him like a baby if you wanted and swaddle him in your door.
It has teeth. And
that sounds delicious.
They're definitely coming in, and his tusks. He's got cute little nubby tusks that will definitely be able to tear a man a new one in a couple years' time.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're heading towards the barber shop now, as we're all sort of scruffing Benji's little head.
He's so cute though.
Scratching it.
Yeah, and we're neglecting the other one, so he doesn't feel loved. We don't feel bad when we ask him.
And this is also providing some much needed camaraderie between the four of us that we will need for our future battle. I'm sure
it'll be weird to raise one and then eat the brother.
True enough.
Neglect just makes it tastier. You know how this works.
Yum in the top. I must taste delicious. You enter the Uppercut Barber Shop, and you're greeted by a wooden interior and smells of rich oak. Up in the corner, like literally in the banisters, you see an Aarakocra a white. It's a bird person. It's a bird person from D&D. This is my really nerdy pull here. So
I just
Jim, did you know about that?
I know.
I knew what it was.
I forgot what it's pronounced.
Sorry.
I put that solely for Jim. He's an Arctic owl man who's literally hanging out in the rafters like an owl would be.
All right. So just sort of looking around, I go, wow, this is quite a delightful, naturey sort of interior. I love the smell. It reminds me of I was on this pilgrimage last year, and when we went into the forest, it was this delightful smell. It was sort of like this. Anyways, we're looking for a gentleman. I'm going to sort of inquire with the staff.
We would just like to meet the proprietor of this establishment, if you not mind.
You mentioned the proprietor, and you hear the flapping of wings as he literally comes down, does a little superhero landing off the
this is a giant scary bird thing.
Yeah, this is a bird man. Yes, he's wearing like a
use your
sweater.
talons, please.
How many people are in here?
There's like a receptionist at the front, and then the guy who actually looks to be running the place.
Okay.
And that's the bird man.
Yeah, the bird man introduces himself to you. Hello, Hoot Hoot. I'm Artie. So happy to have you here, Hoot.
That's so perfect.
What are we going to be doing today? Maybe a cut, maybe a dye.
Cut with a
I could use a shave.
Oh, everyone does mohawks around here, of course. I swear, it's the only people that I see. Well, sit in the chair.
Has anybody ever asked for something other than a mohawk?
Well, yes, actually, just recently, Hoot, a little fella came on by, wanted the works.
The works? What's the works?
Oh, a cut, a dye job there, beard trim. He told me he wanted to look like a completely different person. I got the feeling, Hoot, that he was starting over.
What color hair?
Oh, blonde, of course. I told him it didn't really work with his skin tone, but can't win them all, Hoot.
Oh,
I know. Was it green or was it peach?
Yeah, was he ruddy? Was he?
Definitely peach. Just didn't like it, but hey, customer's always right.
I love a man with facial hair. So just wondering, what kind of action did you do? Was it a swashbuckler kind of situation, or a big mountain man, or
Oh, I gave him the old Van Dyke,
the old Van Dyke, a good standby for a man. Dyed as well, blonde. Dyed as well.
Yes, I mean it has to match.
Teeth. What about the teeth? Did you remove or put some in, like some veneers, some silver?
I did a bit of cleaning, by which I mean I dusted them a little bit. Very, very dusty teeth, real bad condition amongst the halfling community. I don't understand it myself.
I saw that guy. He calls himself Philin, right? Philin. What was his name? I met him.
I never got his name, but
I met him at the bar.
Interestingly enough, it's while he's doing your hair, Gavin, he's actually looking at your neckline and he sees the chain. Oh, are you friends of that fellow? He had the exact same chain. In fact, he gave it to me, and he pulls it out of his pocket. Yes, isn't that lovely?
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. What's his name again? What did he go by?
I never got his name. Real cagey fellow. Really didn't want to tell me anything about himself, but he gave me this nice chain as a tip, which, I don't normally get tipped around here. Normally, those black ball guys just punch me in the guts.
Yeah, I would not. I'm just going to give you a piece of it, free advice, because I'm chaotic good. Don't put that around your neck.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was going to hawk it over at the provision place, but all right.
So I'll take a. May I have a look at that little item if you don't mind?
Oh, sure, go for it.
So I'm going to look at the chain. Is there any difference between that one and ours?
Yes, it doesn't seem to hum with the same magical energy, and also it's literally been cracked on the side. Something has actually broken the chain.
Was he wearing it while you while you were doing his makeover, or did he take it out of a pocket or something?
Oh, definitely had it in the pocket. Looked like he was doing a whole tour of the city. Actually, there he had a lot of mud on his shoes. I had to have my assistant clean it all off and everything. But yeah, I did his hair up. He was a little jumpy, a little cagey. I know.
I think he's my second cousin you met.
Did he ask?
Right,
Finn,
did he ask where my second cousin?
Did he ask where he could sleep or?
Oh, I mean, I mean, I assume he probably got a place over in the tavern there, Hoot, or maybe he was camping out. I mean, the provision place has all sorts of things for the camping individual.
Was he by himself?
Yes, actually, very much, which is strange, little guy like that here in Snowcrag.
My cuz does stuff like that. He's crazy.
Well, they are
was,
small and furious, though.
Mm-hmm.
So those little halflings.
Yeah, they're hard to
Can I get
control.
a hot towel? Because I'm feeling I could use a hot towel on my neck right now.
The hottest towels ever, Hoot.
Excellent.
Yeah, come on, you got to be better than sports cuts.
Can we pump him for anything else? Let's see. What else do we need? Okay, I think we need to check out the provision place, and I think maybe we need to go back and ask Scrunchy whether or not he rented one of the rooms.
I think we got to go to the provision place.
All right, so
that's got to.
Or we could
I agree
split
with
up
both of
and
those
we could
things,
do
but I
both
think
at the same time.
Now, you know what, Clive? I like having you around me sometimes. Like it makes me feel safe and holy, and
Well,
you can heal me
I'm
and make sure I don't go down that dark, chaotic path
a
that's in my
calming
alignment.
presence. That's really
That's
why
perfect.
I want to be here.
Yeah. Because if you go off on your own, sometimes I feel like I don't know. You're just gonna go heal somebody.
I mean, that is what I hope to do, as much as possible, really.
Yeah, but I don't want you to heal them physically. You might try and heal their soul, and that can be bad for us.
Healing the soul. I mean, our souls are constantly in a state of flux. We must constantly shepherd ourselves against sin and difficulty.
And that is my weakness and why I need you with me.
Okay.
You're my rock.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir. So I'll put a hand on your shoulder and cast guidance again, and then we'll head forth to the provision store.
But before we go, I want to ask too. I said, what kind of pack did this debonair halfling have?
Oh, it looked like a pretty big pack, actually. It looked like he was planning a big, long trip.
Big, long trip. Did he take any books out? Yeah, was he reading while you were? I mean, look, I'm a lady. I've done my hair many times. I know how long it takes to bleach dark hair like his. So did he? How did he pass the time? Did he have a book?
It's funny you should say that, actually, Hoot. He was indeed scribbling in a little book. It didn't much make sense to me. A lot of charts and graphs and ideas and everything. Seemed like a real smart guy, real thinker in that. We don't get many of those around.
Yeah, he's a real cartographer. How big was the book?
About the size of a regular book, brown, leather bound, and everything.
8.5 by 11, A4, A5. What do you think?
Did he rip any pages out, perhaps? Throw any in your trash?
I don't know. I mean, you're more than welcome to dig through my trash if you want.
I dig through the trash.
All right, you dig through a lot of dwarf hair, some fingernails, some rotted teeth, and eventually you do find at the very bottom a wadded up piece of paper.
Yes. I opened the piece of paper.
All right. So it's got very nice penmanship on it, that's for sure. And it looks like someone was writing a letter like several times over, but kept crossing it out because they were unhappy with what they wrote. And it basically ends up saying, it basically says, I can't take this anymore. I can't do this anymore. We said we were only going to be selling weapons for a short amount of time, and then we were going to actually try and make the fiefdom better. But you've gone too far this time. What I've built, it truly scares me. I'm not going to let you turn it on Snowcrag or sell it to any other despot. I'm getting out of here. I'm gone. This is the last you'll see of me. Signed, PW.
Great.
Lovers quarrel. It hits you right here.
It definitely kind of feels that way, actually. Like you're not far off, actually.
Yeah. It's not you, it's me. I get it.
But this is
so
good.
How is my hair going? Do I need any kind of product to go with it before we leave?
Oh, yes, I've got a lovely leave-in conditioner. It's made from oozes.
And how much GP now is this going to cost me? And I want to kind of try to cut a deal because obviously I have influence with the gang.
Do you need the woven beard?
Oh yeah, right. Mustache, walrus-like mustache.
Beads in your beard.
Do we have time though?
No, these things are gonna crush us. In 3 days, we gotta.
You gotta look for the moment.
It's just a quick conditioner, affordable, something I can use to kind of keep the spikes going, but without drying out.
I mean, I think Hoot was doing this while I was digging through the massive amounts of hair.
We're just shooting the proverbial.
Oh, last question, Hoot.
Yes.
How long ago? When was this fabulous makeover that you did? How long? How long has he been? How long has he been away? Gone?
That was about 3 days ago.
3 days.
Oh,
That's
I
too
know, halfling
long.
legs. He can get kind of far.
Oh.
Did he have a horse?
You know what? It certainly didn't
Named
seem
Paul
like
Revere?
His feet were so dirty. It definitely looked like he was on foot. Hoot. Also, we're here in Snowcrag. We're in the middle of the mountains. There's really only the Baroness's Keep, or you just keep going.
Is there any goddamn snow in this place? Because it's called Snowcrag. I haven't seen the look of it.
Oh no, it was snowing
when does that happen? Oh, it was snow when he came?
It was snowing when he came in.
Oh, it did. Okay. Did he leave any footprints in such snow?
I mean, it was 3 days ago now, so I'm sure they're probably gone.
Has it been snowing since?
Yeah, it was.
That stuff stays. Snow stays. If it's cold, it stays.
You're the ranger, buddy. Time to use.
I know. I got all the skills. Okay. I got a whole sheet of skills here. Hoot.
If it,
they say I can do this.
Well, you know, if it makes you feel any better, Hoot, he was the only halfling in town, and he didn't wear shoes. He had very little halfling feet, so he would leave rather interesting footprints, probably in the snow. Uh-oh. Did we disappear?
Oh.
Who can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't think it's Tom who can hear us. I think Tom dropped out.
Tom is accidentally.
We can hear you, Tom.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
We can hear you fine.
Uh-oh.
We can hear you.
Let me write in the private chat. We can. We're making such progress. We can hear you.
Well, I say that while.
Oh, you've muted yourself. Somehow I can see you've muted yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, you've muted. You.
Oh, technology.
Oh, I know.
Muted.
Can you not cast a spell of?
Can I? I literally can't unmute him.
I don't know if he's going to know to go into the private chat. Hey, can someone in comments? Can someone in comments tell him that he muted himself?
If do I have his thing? I can't unmute you. I didn't mute you.
I can't put anything in the comments.
Yeah. I don't have the power to do it.
Javier Mono or James C. or Jozilla, if you guys are here, could you please? Okay, you're back.
I think he's back.
So what's going on? Sorry, this happened 3 times now. Is that Siri automatically assumes control of the machine?
Oh, wow.
And the whole wavy purple thingy happens in front of my face and starts interpreting words I say, and I don't know. And I don't know how to turn it off.
Well, it wouldn't be online D&D.
When I speak too loudly and rapidly, as I tend to do, it's just
that is amazing. Technology is amazing.
Thank you to the people in the comments who are going to come to our rescue. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If someone was trying to help.
Without some tech.
It's 100% Siri.
Meanwhile, Agnes, you're going to ranger the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. I'm going to ranger it all. Where the hell did we leave off?
But what was the last thing you remember hearing? Because he told you a lot of things.
That this won't hurt very much.
No.
Wait. Oh, sorry. That was something else. It was a different day.
Said being a halfling.
Recently.
Oh yes.
3 days ago, the halfling came through. He had his little feet with hair
we were looking at
on
snow.
it.
Something about snow.
There was snow.
Snow on the ground. I said snow stays.
He would leave unique footprints because he is like a halfling, which is a hobbit, so he doesn't wear shoes. So he would leave very interesting footprints.
If it's not constantly snowing, there'd be some sort of trail.
So there's only also another piece of important information. Sorry, I don't know which way to go. There was only 2.
It's confusing because everything's in backwards.
Yeah, I know. It's like what? There was only 2 ways to go. You either go back to the keep where the Baroness is, that crazy wench, or we go forward, into the mountains.
I would like to suggest that Benji the pig sniff the paper as possibly a tracking pig that could aid the ranger in his.
Yeah.
I have a second thing that needs to happen. I need to name my pig.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I know he's not
going to name. You don't want to name
the thing
you're going to eat. Is it okay?
Never name what you're going to eat.
We can do it. We're going to name him Bacon.
Nice.
Beat me to it. I was literally going to say. Let me guess, Bacon.
Too obvious?
No, I think it's perfect.
Should we name McMuffin?
Ooh. I like that too. McGriddle.
All right, so I'm going to track something. Should I roll my urine shaded die?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
What's with you and the pee?
I'm just bringing it back around.
Oh yeah.
I rolled an 18 plus
Nature.
Nature plus 1, 19.
So you got an excellent roll, and yeah, you
did.
get right down there on the floor. You start sifting through all the footprints outside the shop, and eventually you do find a faint outline of a big halfling foot. Again, they don't wear shoes.
A big halfling foot.
A big halfling foot, because everyone around here wears shoes except for this guy. And you see that he was kind of all over the place, that he was pacing, he was going back and forth. He entered town, and then he basically stopped at every shop along the way before heading off.
That speaks to his state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
But should we just follow him? Because that's the guy that we want. I mean, do we need anything at the provisions place? Are they going to give us any more information than these footsteps?
I think we should. All right. So should I roll a ranger check thing on like which direction these footsteps go and what kind of terrain we expect to encounter?
Sure.
Okay. In case we do need to go to provisions place. Oh shit.
The classic Dungeons and Dragons.
We
have almost figured out where we're going.
Exactly.
As the adventure ends.
Okay. So my ranger instincts aren't feeling so strong at the moment. I think we should go to the provisions place.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
All right, so you enter the Plenty-O provision shop. It's a general goods store, really ramshackle, held together with basically chewing gum. It's packed to the rafters with all sorts of odds and ends. There's a long-haired elf man in very simple robes standing behind the counter. You can barely see him because he's skinny as a beanpole, and there is just a massive stack of like jerky and travel bread and water skins.
Yeah. Sir.
Yes?
Can I interest you in a deal for some provisions?
I mean, that is what I do here. All day, every day.
This pig over here, don't say his name too loud. It's Bacon.
He looks like a bacon.
Yeah, he's a worry. You could carve a lot of meat off his bones.
You didn't take that from the Black Boar Riders, right? Because they will kill that
shit.
No,
it was a gift. It was a gift to me.
They don't give gifts very easily.
No, not usually, but in my case, they love me, so they give me gifts, and I get to and what I want,
in the back.
I get to eat those gifts. But in this case, you get to eat those gifts.
How about in-store credit? I can give you an in-store credit thing. Maybe start a tab or something.
Yeah, I think that. How many pieces of golden mutton can we get for the pig?
I mean, it's literally a suckling pig, which is like the best kind of pig. So I mean, let's say 30, 40 gold.
Perfect. I think we got to go 40.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. I mean, 30 is too low. Right? You agree. It would be unfair to sell the pig for less than 40.
30
unfair to the pig. Unfair to the pig.
30
I mean, he's got a
information?
Sorry. Oh no, 40 in information. Information's included with the pig.
Well, you didn't say that up front. We got to get, come on.
Well, that's why I'm persuasion.
What kind of information are we talking here by chance?
Well, we want to spend such gold as you provide to us back into the store that we're in as such. And, if we're going to go into rough terrains, I need you to tell me maybe other people who may have gone into such terrains and what we might need to buy so that we can buy such provisions from you as such.
I'm looking for a handsome, blonde, what did you say his beard looked like again?
Oh, yeah. She liked it.
A Van Dyke beard. A Van Dyke beard. He's a halfling, small little fellow. He came through here a couple of days and, he took my heart with him. So I'm wondering if perhaps, you could help a little lady out.
This guy's eyes widen at this point, and he actually kind of gets a bit of a scowl on his face. Halfling, you say? We only had one halfling in here in the last week. He had me put together about a month's worth of provisions, had me get him a little donkey from the stables, bunch of water skins, and then he never freaking came back and paid for them.
That son of a bitch. That's the same guy we're after.
That's right. He took my heart.
He's my second cousin.
And
He stole my heart and my wallet.
That's right. So we will, if you can point us in the direction that he went in, we will get you your donkey back and all of that stuff because he's got some explaining to do.
Oh no, I have the stuff. He just didn't come back for it,
Oh,
which made me unhappy. Also, interesting fact too about
wait.
He
For
didn't
real.
leave.
He left the shop. I want to make sure I understand it. He left the shop without anything?
He told me to get it ready for him and that he'd be back later for it. Then he hit up the barbershop, then he hit up the tavern as far as I know. Then kind of went missing. Hasn't got his stuff, although
he's a Grinch.
Although now that I mention it, he had a necklace like yours, and let's just say he availed me of another service that I offer.
And
what was that?
What service is that?
We
don't judge here.
I perhaps have been known for time to time to be something of a spellcracker.
You broke his.
Did he have a necklace like this one?
Necklace?
Just like that one, in fact. Real nasty piece of magical work on there. Some fucking butcher put that together.
How much did it cost?
He basically gave me everything he had.
Which was?
A lot of family jewelry, a lot of bonds.
Books?
Roughly.
No, that book, he definitely had a book on him, but he would not let that out of his sight.
Do you take blessings?
I mean, we could all use a little saving for our soul now, couldn't we?
Well, then
we sure could. You
together.
and Kaif can have a very long conversation about that after we get to brass tacks. How much did it take to get the nick off my neck?
2 pigs.
What?
Because 2 pigs we can do.
2 pigs we can make a deal.
I mean, I'd say whatever you have on you, but it looks like you only got 2 pigs on you. And you know what?
We might be able to do 2 pigs and the cleric.
Well, do you need anything done? Could we perhaps bargain or swap in some way?
I mean,
She's smart.
I mean,
you should listen to her.
I'd like those black boar riders to stop shaking me down. That'd
Great. Done.
Yeah,
I know these guys.
I think that's done. Yeah, he's like one of them now.
Guys.
So
you see what he's wearing?
That's
done.
He's literally one of them wearing the clothes. He says, "Yes, it's done."
If we clean those guys out of town, you'll bless our little necklaces.
I mean, I could certainly see my way fit to doing it. That's for sure. Actually, I think we all might have the same enemy on this one. Because after the little fella, after he came to me, had me break his chains, asked me where he could go to get a haircut, change his identity, but he also wanted papers, fake papers for traveling. Perhaps after a month time was off, I pointed him to the riders because they can get just about anything under the sun that you need. Last time anyone saw
the dwarves who ride the hogs with the tats and the things,
pointed them towards him. Yeah. I
Well,
have to
that's
wonder
great.
if
We're good friends with them.
That's
I think
right.
we all can be friends together.
Let's go. So we're gonna, we've I spit into my hand, and we're gonna get rid of those little dwarves, and we're gonna those little boar riding problems that you have, and we're gonna come back and it's a quid pro thing, quo thing.
Yeah. What would it take to get these things off our necks now?
Look, I tell you what, if you're honest about what you're going to do, if you're going to help this town with its rider problem, I'll do it for you right now as a sign of good faith.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad I asked.
And
Please
we will uphold our promises.
Yeah, I mean,
we do.
He's very persistent about this. He will make sure it happens.
So he pulls a gnarled wand out from his sleeve, and he kind of takes a couple minutes on each one of you, and a bunch of sparks fly and everything. And one by one, your chains actually start dropping off you.
Yes.
And then they all ran away.
Yeah, really. It just, wait a minute. They have no reason to finish this. The hell am I doing?
That's not true. That's not true because Clive is a man of honor.
Oh no, I would stick around, but the rest of you are running away. In an instant, you guys are gone.
I'm in with my.
I'll tell you why.
It does say on my character sheet.
I'll tell you why Dulaine isn't running away. Because that book is power. That book has a lot of information that the Baroness doesn't want anyone to know. I think it's got some names and numbers, and that means that's good for business.
She was willing to kill for it, so you know.
It was. All right. So we are free of these chains. My next stop
Scrunch.
is probably to torture the asshole who put this stuff on our necks.
He is still drunk and is still probably back of the cart right now, so that's up
And
to
I'm going to
you.
break that goddamn wand over his head.
I mean, hey,
I want
it's
his
up to you.
booze.
You
I
want
mean,
what?
that's
I want his
kind of where.
booze. I want
Yeah,
his
That's kinda where-
should we go kill the
I mean,
wizard?
I mean, you know, I
Absolutely.
want. We're definitely going to do the thing that we just said we're going to do, because at least I'm good, even if I'm chaotic. But like, and you know,
Yeah, me
I'm stuck.
too.
I'm stuck with Jim Zub here. But like,
I'm good as well. I'm
No,
chaotic as
Clive
well.
is Clive
Clive.
is the
I'm stuck with
kindly
Clive. I'm stuck
soul.
with Clive.
Jim Zub knows
Jim's
that
a
Clive
jerk.
is
Yeah,
a fool. Yeah.
I'm down for killing the wizard.
Yeah, I'm not very happy with the wizard.
He's not a nice man.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no.
And I have my very old dice here. These are the wax filled in from the red box from when I was a child.
Oh my
So
God.
we're gonna roll
Well,
those
that is
on
a
him.
fine thing you have there.
Amazing.
We're gonna roll those on him today.
That is great.
That's so cool. So
I brought
yeah,
them to the game.
do you make your way back to the outskirts of town where the cart is parked?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
I pretend like mine's still on my neck. I got like a piece of tape.
Oh
with
yeah,
some-
totally.
Oh yeah.
And
We're
I'm
not
just
fools.
like, so you guys don't tell me you're going to kill him. I'm just
No.
sort of like, now we can
No,
we
we
can
just
negotiate as
speak to him.
equals.
Yeah, no, I kept the pig. I wanna see if he wants to, like, you know, maybe cook him up.
Yeah, anything could happen. So yeah, you crunch your way back out of town. The sun is actually starting to get kind of low in the sky now because you know you've had a whole day in town shaking down people for information. The snow continues to fall very lightly. It's all very picturesque right now. And you reach the cart where you left it, parked behind some trees. It's got a nice little blanketing of snow on it, and you can actually hear snoring coming from the inside, like drunken snoring. Like that's just how freaking comfortable this guy feels.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
terrible.
he's sleeping.
Oh,
we
yeah,
shouldn't
he is.
disturb him.
Yeah, we won't. I need you to stay out here.
Yeah, and look
you-
at the stars.
You guard the cart while I go inside. I'm just gonna have a very calm, nice
That's
conversation with him.
right.
Can
Clive,
you wait here
look
for
at,
1
I'm
second?
worried Clive
Because
is
we
gonna
want to make sure
heal
we
him
don't.
while
We
we're
gotta be
trying to
careful with
kill
these
him.
things. We gotta be very careful.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna heal
No.
him while we're trying to kill him.
No, he's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. You stay here. I'll be right back.
Clive, I need you to like observe
Yeah.
the stars right now. I need you to
Yeah.
you know.
You know what I want you to do?
Oh, do you want to pray with me?
Listen,
No.
I'm gonna give you my pig. I'm gonna give you bacon. Here's what I want you to do. I mean, I know we want to eat them, but I want to see for a second.
Purify.
If you think you can go on a long walk with bacon and bond with him, maybe we won't eat him. Maybe we let him live.
Purify bacon.
You and bacon, let me know how you feel
All right,
about
give
each
me
other.
give me a persuasion
get-
roll to convince me to go for a walk with the pig.
20.
Holy
swear to God.
shit!
I swear to God.
I'll be like, well, it could be
What's up, I have
his.
two
I'm
more
going
of
to
these
take
in
the
me.
little pig. I'm going to go. Could be his last day. I mean, you named him Bacon.
You never
The
know.
least I
You
can
never
do is
know.
give him a little bit of exercise. So
Yeah, I
I'll
mean-
take him for a walk.
Listen, we need the rations.
Nice.
Now, okay, he's gone, and this guy's snoring.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, these guys are staying outside. I got this, guys. Okay. I go inside. Is he still waking up?
Again, he kind of like jostles a little bit when you step inside the cart, and he kind of gives you a look right there, like a disapproving step parent. So you're back then. I take the
Okay.
job is
I'm going to take this motherfucker. Can I jump on his? Can I jump on him, pin him down, and slit his throat?
sure. I guess we'll call the. Should we? I guess
I
we
want to
gotta
put it-
call.
I do not want him to touch that wand or do anything magical with his hands. If he goes for that, I'm cutting the goddamn hands off.
Okay, you know, let's make this before it becomes a full-on combat. Make a dexterity check, and I'll make an opposing dexterity check. And this will be like a Wild West showdown. We'll see who gets their stuff
we're
off.
initiative, aren't we? Yeah, come on.
Oh
man.
yeah, that's a good one. Is the guy is just in a wagon, right? It's not like he's in
Is he drunk? He is
Oh,
a
yeah, he's-
negative.
Yeah, well,
hungover.
he's super dry. That's why I was going to say, if you want to take it to combat, we can take it to combat. Or if you just want to make this like a Wild West shootout thing, you can hop on him before he even gets a chance to get into combat, depending on how you want to play it.
I want to kill the motherfucker.
Okay, well, if you just want to kill him, then let's do opposed dexterities, and we'll see if you can actually get the jump on him.
Yeah,
and
I
see
like it. I like that. I think that sounds fair, Agnes.
So you roll dex, roll
Fingers
dex.
crossed.
Actually, you should probably roll with a
20 again. I swear, I'm going to take a picture of it.
Okay.
Wait, I got to take a photo of it. I got to.
Please do.
You have to believe me. So, because there it is. Natural 20, baby. All right, I don't know how to send this to you guys, but I have it.
But just put it up against the screen.
Okay.
Put it up against the screen.
Look at that.
Nice.
Wait, there.
It's beautiful. I'm sure it's a 20.
I'm sure it's a 20. It's an insane 20.
So
2020.
Love it. So seeing how it plays out, when you hop inside there,
20s in a row. What are the odds?
Pretty great. He can see the murderous glint in your eye, and he's about to go reach for his wand, but you, with cat-like reflexes and ninja-like speed, manage to hop on him.
I'm a criminal ranger. That's right.
Absolutely. Before he can even get his wand out, and roll me some damage on that one. In fact, I'll say roll the damage with advantage too, because you're pinning this guy.
What am I rolling here?
Whatever your damage is.
I don't know.
I had all your sheets in front of me here.
I have my sheet, but I don't think it has my weapons on it.
Well, again, you're
What's a short sword? Give me a
D6.
Yeah, it doesn't have the damage. What, 1d6 or 2? 1?
Roll with advantage, so roll it twice and then take the biggest
2d6?
one.
Yeah. All right. 4.
Okay. What's your dexterity too? Because you get to add that as well.
3 plus 3.
Okay, so 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, you slash him really good across the throat. He's not dead yet, but you're still very much grappling. He's not dead yet. He's bleeding a lot though, and he's desperately trying.
Is he getting better?
Which one of us gets to go next? Because I've got murder in my heart as well.
Yeah, I'll say this is one big surprise round because he hasn't actually gotten to pull anything out yet. So yeah, if you want to attack him next, you absolutely can, and also you can roll with his skull because he's
Gavin. Do you mind if I go?
My guest.
Thank you. I'm gonna do my cantrip of Mind Sliver.
Ooh, good one.
You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature I can see within range.
Cool.
The target must make an intelligence saving throw. Unless the saving throw is successful, the target takes 1d6. So I guess it works, and you just have to take saving.
Yeah. Okay. So I got to roll against that and see if it hits or not.
But I have advantage. So,
yes, you do. So, all right, let's see how that.
So you have disadvantage.
Yes, I do, because he's being on top of right now. So you know what? That doesn't matter because that was a natural 1 right away.
Yes!
It doesn't freaking
Mind Sliver.
Yeah,
Mind Sliver.
His eyes start rolling in the back of his head, and he just starts convulsing under this attack right now.
Now my come out of his face like the bad guy in Flash Gordon.
So I roll damage, right?
Yeah.
I roll the damage, right?
Yep.
I roll the Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I got a 3. I don't add anything to it though, do I?
Your spell
intelligence?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think I add anything. It
just Mind Sliver is just one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 3. But hold your horses here. 1d6 psychic damage, and the first time it makes a saving throw before the end of my next turn, it must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the save.
Right.
So the next turn, you have to subtract.
Yeah. Cool.
Mind Sliver.
I'm on top of this guy, right?
Oh yeah. He's a very weak person. He clearly chose the magical, dirty fighting school, so there's not much.
I just want to make sure that wand is not going to get into his hand.
Yeah, it's
like
still
whatever happens, that's my goal.
Yeah, he went for it, and then you knocked him back. So yeah, he's in no position to reach for it.
Wonderful.
As a dwarf barbarian with a double-bladed, heavy two-handed axe, I'm feeling this is overkill. And an opportunity to train.
It's not overkill.
It's never
it's
overkill.
Not overkill.
Never
it's
overkill.
Not overkill.
This
is exactly what you should do.
Benji the pig. I want his first. I want him to taste blood, human flesh.
All right.
Can I send Benji the pig in for the kill?
Vengeance.
Sure. What are we gonna call that? We'll call that just roll a d20 and put your animal handling on that. Yeah, it would literally be animal handling.
Add +3 animal handling. That's sweet.
3.
Great.
All right.
3 animal handling. which gives me an 8.
Did you roll twice? Because you still have advantage.
Right. Okay. It's another 8. I'm consistently not good with animals yet. This is my first pig. I've never had a pig.
You should have gone for you should have gone overkill, man. That's the lesson.
Baby.
That's the lesson.
You should have beheaded him so we could feed him to the pigs.
Always.
Here's the crazy thing too. Even with that roll, you actually match his armor class, so you were actually very close to hitting him anyway. So the pig is just kind of whacking him in the head right now as he's having this convulsive fit.
Okay.
On my initiative, I'm talking to Bacon about his purpose in the universe and explaining to him that all beings have a role, have a place. And as long as we understand that place, we can follow the laws of the universe. And you, Bacon, you may be food or a pet, but that's okay. That's why you were brought into this world. And don't be afraid of that. Just accept the inner truth of your spirit. Okay, on to the next initiative.
Love it.
Okay. That was well done.
Okay.
Are we making noise? Like, does
we got him far away.
I'm on a walkabout.
He's
maybe hearing very faintly.
We're killing him softly here.
Down, I sing so that it just sounds like I'm in full of song.
Okay, so you guys all got a free hit in on him, so now he's going to actually try and get out from under you, and if he can get out from under you, then we'll do the whole initiative thing anyway. Let's just try and roll on that one. So yeah, that's a 5. I'm guessing he's
-4 is a 1, so
there you say, yeah, he ain't breaking out of shit right now. He's a weak guy to begin with. You're still very much on top of him. So Agnes, you get to move again in this thing.
Stab him in the eye.
Okay, there you go. Roll me again an attack, and we'll see if it hits. And again, you get to roll twice because he's pinned.
That's a good thing. I got an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay, so again, he's kind of fighting you right now, so it's difficult. So your short sword, you kind of stab it like right by his eye. He manages to move his
missed this motherfucker.
Yeah, he moved just a little bit, but you almost got him. It's getting real brutal there. Okay, Dueling, let's say it's
almost got him.
I'm gonna I because I did this, I have my rapier out, and I'm gonna thrust.
Give me
forward with vengeance.
All right, give me a roll with advantage.
Okay, I got a 13 plus 4 is 17.
That'll hit.
Yes, that's right. It'll hit.
Now roll us some
damage. It'll hit like a hitting thing does. Hold on, I always get confused with the 8s.
I know the 8s are weird.
So it's like 2 little pyramids. Okay, 1 die 8 plus 2. 7 plus 2 is 9.
Yeah, with great force,
and
grace too. You jam your rapier down. It literally goes from one of his ears out to the other ear, and yeah, he's finished at that point. He is just done, and he didn't even get a chance to do any magic stuff because you all hopped on him and didn't get him to cast.
That was appropriate. This is exactly what he deserved.
You are a wizard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's looking around like.
I take that one and I crack it.
There you go.
Off. Very strange little moment there.
I
We're all going to roll a D100 next.
Nice.
I throw a blanket over the dead wizard because I want to hide the body from Clive.
There you go.
It's okay. I got this. We go outside. Is Clive back?
I come wandering back with the pig, and I'm like, "Are you sure we have to eat him? Because I think deep down he knows."
I think we might be able to spare the pig, but I have grim news for you. I got some grim news. The guy in the van who put the things on the necks to pop our heads off the top of our heads.
The pig went crazy. Benji attacked him and took him out.
We couldn't stop it.
I'm gonna run into the back of the cart.
He just wasn't happy with how things were going, and he was gonna pop our heads anyway. So we had to defend ourselves. If you try to save him, you stupid motherfucker.
I will run in and try.
This will be the end of you.
So I'll pop in there. Is he stone cold dead?
Yeah,
He's stone cold dead.
His body is still warm, but he has a
I hold back Zyph and I say, I'm sorry, it's too late. We did everything we could.
I mean, do you think you could save a man from a massive slash wound across the neck and literally having a rapier stuck from one ear to the other?
And listen, I don't know how that happened, but it's over. I'm sorry, Zeif. It's over.
Benji's
tusks. Benji's tusks. They may look small, but they're bigger. They go deeper than you think.
I dropped to my knees.
Benji saved our lives.
Yeah, I dropped to my
This
knees.
pig is holy. He's holy.
And I'm just
we have a holy pig, like in the Bible.
So sad that someone had to die in such a fashion.
Yeah, I know, but better him than Benji.
But then,
It's true.
but then also, Clive, think about it this way. Think about the good that we will do, the people that we will save once we find that book.
Yeah, we just saved hundreds of lives.
Book, the Baroness, you know, she's not a good person for this world.
Yeah, she's kind of mean.
She's very bad.
She's
an arms dealer. She toys with people.
She fails students unnecessarily.
we were deceived. I think what's his name? Phineas?
Yeah, Phineas. Yeah,
Phineas.
Phineas is I think he's our ally, and we need to go save him.
Well, we will get to the bottom of all of this, I'm sure, my friends. Let us trek forth in better spirits and pray for all of us.
And let's quickly hide the body, please.
A clearer morning.
You can probably dump it into a snow pile if you wanted. It's big enough.
Yeah, terrific. We could build a ditch underneath the vehicle of whatever the hell he was sleeping in, and so nobody comes by and sees a dead wizard and is like, "Oh my God, there's a dead wizard. Maybe I should go chase down the people who killed the dead wizard."
We could just dunk the body in the snowdrift. His legs will be sticking out.
I mean, can we feed him to the pig? Because if the pig's really hungry, the pigs eat people.
But we also steal.
I think we bring it to the board.
I've seen Snatch. He says that in Snatch.
Can we steal his gold? Can we go through his pockets. Can we steal his gold? I want to go through his pockets.
Yeah, sure. I don't want to see that.
All right, you go through his pockets. He's got about 100 pieces of gold on him. A nice ring. And
we're gonna donate that. Don't worry.
And the nicest thing he owned was actually the flask he was drinking out of. It's elven silver with some very nice emeralds on it.
Wait, did you say
that you don't want to drink out of anything he was drinking out of? That's a trade-in.
Gavin, that's a trade-in. Gets that.
You want Gavin?
Yeah.
Wait, did you say he had
you can have it, but my recommendation is you go back to the corner store there and you just get something better.
But is it a magical ring?
Don't put your mouth. There's a pandemic. Don't put your mouth
in Fantasyland
on the thing that the dirty wizard was drinking out of. He's a dirty wizard. That dirty wizard, you don't know where his mouth has been.
The ring does not seem to be
magical.
It does not seem to be. It has the symbol of the Baroness's crest on it. Interestingly enough, though, the flask does seem magical.
Yeah, see? Don't put your mouth on the mask, please, before you die. And I'll take the ring, thank you very much, and put it in my pocket.
I bet you it's a refillable flask.
It literally is. Yes, every day it's refilled like you want it.
That this is the flask for me.
It may very well be, and you will die from poison.
I would like to take the ring though, because I feel like it would be of use for us to have a ring with the Baroness's.
We're keeping the ring.
Yeah, to show around if we need it. And
we need the ring for the espionage.
Clive, remember that we made a promise to that provision guy that we were going to rid the town of those friends. So we need you. I'd be 100% full forces.
I mean, we're going to hold up. We have to be forthright. We have to do what we said we were going to do, of course.
That's right.
Clafe and me have got this. I think I'm bros with the dwarves. Clafe is showing them the way. I think with our combined efforts,
we can
ask them
to gently
take their endeavors elsewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will have to lead them in prayer and find a way to the light here. maybe that's I'm gonna end up making a prayer circle with a bunch of anarchist biker dwarves. That's how that will all go down.
My dwarf.
Kumbaya. Yeah, absolutely.
I shake my I bring out my lute and and pluck along.
It's working though.
It's deep. It's deep.
Did we go back to the store?
No, we're in the tavern.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys go back to the tavern where they were
We're in the
hanging out, or
tavern.
do you go back to the Abbey, which you know now is their base of operations?
Well,
It is the Abbey. I mean, seems like the right spot for prayer to me.
Yes, I would just like to make a suggestion or a thought. I have a thought.
Sure.
My thought is that's probably the better idea for what we said for the provision guy. But I would like to see whether or not our Blondie McBlunderson had a room, and maybe he didn't pay, and maybe he's got some stuff in there. I don't know.
I also think there's a chance that we could go to the tavern, and between Gavin and Agnes, there's all kinds of friendliness that can happen with these dwarves.
Or actually, now that I'm thinking
And we
of
can
it,
convince them to be like, without fighting them.
but now that I'm thinking about it, those dwarves hate anything that has to do with the Baroness, and they did say that they didn't like that guy. And if I were in a dwarf motorcycle gang and I had a headquarters where I kept my pigs, I would also keep the pigs that I hate. And so maybe actually it is correct to go to the Abbey. Because maybe they have a prisoner is what I'm saying.
You just said the opposite of what you said.
I know. The mead has caught up with me.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to be judgy.
Oh, not
No one's
judging. I'm
judging
just
you. No one's
confused.
judging you.
Anyway, I leave it to Clive. I'm sorry.
Well, Clive will be happy to know that as long as this adventure continues on such a positive path, I'll let him keep the pig.
Amazing.
All these
Well,
pig deals.
But
Joel,
we
I
have to
think
decide where
that-
we're going.
Joel, I think that's the note we're going to leave this on. Is we're
Okay.
going to be creating a prayer circle with our biker dwarves, and then tracking down this halfling at some future
I
juncture.
like it. I like it a lot.
Yay!
That was fun,
This-
everyone.
Good spot.
Thank
This
you.
was super fun. Are we actually going to get to continue this? Because I would totally.
I'm down. You're all welcome.
I
to
am
come on.
down to dial back in and finish the adventure
Nice.
whenever you guys want.
Me too.
Awesome.
Anytime in the next week or so.
Have us back.
I'm
You know,
good.
we can be their Acquisitions Incorporated. We can just
That's
come
right.
back every year and tell one story.
3 sessions from now, we are the biker dwarves, and all hell will break loose.
Okay.
3 sessions from now, we're the Baroness. We've
That's
taken
right.
over her.
That's
we've
how
taken
that all
over her
goes down.
thing.
Absolutely.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Tom and Troy, are you both Canadian as well?
I'm from New
No.
York.
Me and Jim,
Yeah, no. Troy's in PEI. Yeah.
yeah, me and Jim are Canadian.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
Canadian too, but I'm
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, but I'm Montreal.
That's
yeah,
right.
right.
Where are you in Los Angeles?
We're
Wow.
outnumbering them.
Yeah, Tom is the only
I'm in LA now, too.
Oh, are you in LA, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm in Silver Lake.
I'm
Nice.
in Redondo. So like the farish.
I guess that means it's later for me than anyone else. It's 1:30 a.m. here
Oh,
in
no,
Ontario.
Troy-
It's 2:30 a.m. where I'm
Yeah,
at.
he's in PEI, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, PEI.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're Canadian as well, Joe?
Yes.
Canada.
That's right.
Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say thank you because it really has been a dream of mine to play with Zub for a long
Aw,
time.
Thank
and
you.
so it's always so great to see you, Jim. And
Yeah, you too.
and I had so much fun playing with you all. I hope we all get to play again one day. And
Yeah.
Jim, I would like to play with you again.
I love playing this character who's just like haplessly good, like despite themselves.
funny.
I haven't really done that kind of thing before, and
That was great.
It's a good little trope to play on. It was fun.
I'm
Yeah.
still finding Gavin, but I feel like now that he's got a big sidekick, I'm going to connect with his animal nature as well as his barbarian side.
I feel like you really got Gavin. Gavin really has a very particular special flavor, like
Mm.
he's,
Yeah. I would
he's
like to
quiet but
explore
mighty.
more
Yeah.
Gavin's,
It's quality all the way.
oozing.
Well,
Yeah,
I
if you guys
decided
want to play, I am totally down. I only get to DM these days. So
Oh yeah, I'm usually the DM as well, so it's
I'm
always
super
odd
happy
for
to
me.
play. Yeah,
Nice.
I have a weekly group where I DM. And
Well,
Cool. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I would love to invite you all. Like, my brother and I are starting like a one shot every month that we're just doing privately. And if anybody wants to play, I've invited Jim. So I've got your emails now. So if you ever want to play with us,
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, 100%.
and not to scare you guys, I'm not always this over the top with the character.
Well,
It was just for fun.
that's the whole point, right? We're all
Yeah.
playing a different role. That's the joy of
Yeah.
it. So awesome.
I decided
Thank
to be a
you.
bard because Cherie was a bard in your thing that you did with her, Jim. My friend
Oh,
Cherie,
yeah.
my
That's
one of
right.
my besties, you know.
So
So I was
awesome.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
I'll be a
did this.
bard.
We did this thing called Wizards and Wordsmiths that was like authors, YA authors, all doing a D&D game. We ran like a 3-session little adventure. It was a ton of fun. It was great. Yeah, doing it. It's been I've been doing more tabletop this year, I think, than I have in probably the last 2 put together. But all of it's been, over the camera. But it's been kind of nice to see friends and get a regular game going. So it's been good. Cool,
Yeah, same thing here. Like it's all been. I haven't played this much in that I played this year and forever. And
It's been
what else are you
nice.
gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sweet.
It's weird playing straight up D&D and not the Rick and Morty D&D.
I know. That's right.
I've been my head so far in the Rick and Morty world that the D&D, I'm waiting for Jim to bust into like, all right, Morty, listen, you little shit.
Oh yeah, we did. We did that for the New York. That was good fun. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you, Joel, and thank you everyone else.
Thanks for
Tom,
having me.
Cecil,
That was
Troy.
great.
It's been a ton of fun. I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you to everyone who stuck around and watched our game.
Yeah.
Thanks for commenting and stuff, and for helping us when Tom had to deal with Siri.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for my shortcomings.
All right. Take care, everybody.
There are many.